What's up, everyone? Welcome to SpawnCast episode. Is this 62, Evan?
Yep, should be 62.
All right, nice. This, I guess, would be our last one before E3 starts. The big E3 stuff starts because it's Saturday. Technically, I don't even really know if I should count EA as like starting E3. But yeah, we're waiting for Sean, but he's actually he's not here right now. We're waiting for him. He might join in later on. He wasn't feeling the best earlier, so we'll see if he jumps in. But he can jump in at any time, so we'll see if he does that. But we have a couple other people joining us tonight. We have John from John Riggs. John, how you doing?
All right. Good, man. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I think we're gonna have some fun talking about E3 and everything here. And then we have Direct Feed Games. Nate, how you doing?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Good. And then we have, of course, Evan. Evan's here tonight. Evan, how's it going?
Always fighting passing out, but we'll see how this goes.
No work tonight. No work at the retail.
Nope, not tonight.
Good. Okay, and then we have OJ, of course, joining us. OJ,
yeah. I actually fell asleep during the conference. Literally fell asleep during the conference.
Literally fell asleep, huh?
And yeah, and I have to apologize to my audience because I heard myself snore like I was like halfway between like sleep and like awake. I was right there, and I heard myself go, and I woke myself up, and I'm like, I really fell asleep on a live stream. So I just relaxed just for a bit. I just relaxed just for a bit, but the way that they were butchering Anthem just kind of like, I don't know. So I
tells the whole story right.
Yeah, I just kind of leaned back, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I was kind of out. Then I woke myself up, and I was like, "Wow, I fell asleep on stream, first time ever." So anyway, yeah, I'm good to be here.
That's the EA effect, I guess. Doing it. I guess we'll quickly go around because we're gonna go through as much of E3 as we can coming up here. But I guess let's quickly go around. Guys, play anything good this week? Anything good?
Just tearing it up in East a little bit, getting ready for that review.
Oh yeah, you do. You have to review East 8. That's right, on the Switch and everything. You actually have it on PC and Switch. So you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm mostly playing through it on PC at this point, just because I was farther ahead in the save file. But I did get a good chunk in for the Switch to check some stuff out.
Nice. All right, very good. Yeah, we'll look forward to that. When is that post?
I don't know.
Okay, I think it's in a couple days.
RGT said he had 2 different days for that. Like he was given an early day and then a later day. So I'm thinking we were the early day still. So I got to try to get the.
I think it's in a couple days, but that'll be interesting to see your take on Ease 8 and see what you think about it.
Yep,
it'll be fun. Cool. Anyone else playing anything good?
Well, not really. I just played more Mario Kart with the community. That's
more Mario Kart.
Yeah, more Mario Kart with the that game. Like you can never stop playing it, man. Like,
well, that's true.
With friends, it's just you just play. So yeah, I just really played that. I don't think I really played anything else. No, I didn't really play anything else. No.
Okay. You didn't try out Vampire at all?
You know what? I got my code and I need to actually use it. My problem is Crunchyroll. That's my problem. My users told me about that, and then that started that. That's
you haven't used Crunchyroll before?
Yeah, did you not know about Crunchyroll?
I knew about it, but I never tried it. And then I tried it, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I was like, let me just get Crunchyroll now. So I didn't.
Yeah, it's over now for you, man.
Yeah, I know it's over. I got to catch up on a lot of stuff, but I got to catch up on a lot of anime. People keep on talking about like Dragon Ball Super and everything. I need to catch up on all the stuff. So
you didn't do all of Super yet?
No.
Okay. I was watching that as it was going on. Like you'd tune in like late at night on like Now, and you could watch it because someone was like in Japan streaming it.
Yeah.
And then they would subtitle that thing in like an hour. They were like so fast.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot when I was in college. Like I would wait for like Naruto Shippuden like to finish, and then as soon as I was on it. Like But
yeah, I'm watching My Hero Academia right now.
I'm gonna get to that one next.
Hulu actually covers that. If you're on Hulu, they actually have it go up the same day.
Oh yeah, I'm not on
Hulu. Every Saturday they do it. Yep. So I'll watch it every Saturday.
Just Crunchyroll. That's it.
Very good. Yeah, check out Vampire School. I think I'm about 10 or 12 hours into it. It's actually not bad. It's frozen on me a couple times on the Xbox.
That's okay. Just put it right back up.
It's an action RPG. It's actually pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
I need to check it out. I definitely need to check it out. I got my code. I just need to plug it in.
Yeah. You can actually kill the different villagers, and it'll change how the story progresses. It's kind of neat. I'm okay with it so far. Yeah, I'm having fun. And it's funny, if you kill the villagers, it makes the game easier because it gives you a ridiculous amount of experience. But the different sections of the villages can actually go into like turmoil and like become chaotic and everything, the less villagers. Like if you kill the nurse, they now don't have a nurse that helps them. Like so it's pretty interesting. Yeah, you lure them away and then bite them and kill them, but you get a ton of experience. So it makes the game easier, but it can also like destroy the villages and towns around you at the same time. It's kind of interesting how they do that. Cool game though. Interesting game. I think Sean even reviewed it too, but fun game. Anything else you guys are playing?
No, I checked out Vampire as well.
Oh, okay. How did you have you played much of it yet?
No, I played just the first hour of it. Got to the first boss, I suppose. I like it so far. I know a lot of the reviews were kind of bagging on it, but it's my kind of game. It's just fun to look around and explore, I suppose. So
yeah, I think it's a fun game. I don't know. I was having fun with it. Yeah,
I got my code right here. I just double checked. Sorry, I need to plug it into my PS4.
You want to show it on the screen there so we can see it too?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that. I'll get in trouble. Yeah, my code's right here though. It's just been chilling.
Oh, perfect. No, and I've also been playing the Rec Room Royale on PSVR because I'm a huge PSVR guy.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't do any Rec Room or anything. I have PlayStation VR, but I haven't done that. I actually last VR game I played was Zone of the Enders. The demo,
perfect.
Mars.
Yeah, the demo. Yeah,
and I thought it was interesting. A little disorienting at times, but it was interesting.
It was
fun. Yeah, it was fun. And then I actually bought Sushi Strikers yesterday. I haven't played it yet. And then I just bought Unravel 2 and actually installed it like an hour ago. So I have to play that too. That just came out a few hours ago during the EA conference. So.
During the conference, right?
Yeah, right. That was actually one of the cooler looking games that I actually liked there. That and the Sea of Solitude.
Sea of Solitude. Yep.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about that too. Yeah, I know, right?
The two non-EA games were the best thing about the EA conference.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that as well. Were you play anything good, Nate? Before we get into some of the E3 stuff.
Actually, the only game I've really been playing is BlazBlue on the Switch.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm not a big fan. Evan played the beta? Evan, you played?
Yeah, the demo.
Yeah, see, I'm not really a big fighting game guy. That's my problem. I do like Dragon Ball. Like I like Xenoverse and stuff. I just the one-on-one fighting games just never resonated with me. I guess. I like BlazBlue though.
Oh, I'm loving it. They really simplified how you can do all the like technical combos. So it's really just like half circle Y or half circle X or whatever, and you pull off these flashy combos. So it's really simple to play. It actually has a lot in common with Dragon Ball Fighters in the control style and whatnot.
The company's been pushing more towards allowing casual players to get in on at least the ground floor, which is nice.
Yeah, and it definitely has like that extra layer of depth where the hardcore fighter is going to be able to juggle you, bring in the assist character, and just get you stuck in the corner and rack up a 50-hit combo and KO you in 10 seconds. Whereas the more casual player will just go out there, have some fun, kick some ass, but never go into like ranked battles. So the game really has a nice balance going for it.
You need to get some fight sticks out on the Switch for that. So you do get a couple of them out. Isn't there like one? Isn't there one for it right now?
There's a fight stick. I played BlazBlue, Nate, too. I played the beta a lot with the community. I just haven't had the time to go down to Best Buy. I just need to go down to Best Buy and pick it up. I just haven't had the time because Best Buy's on the other side of town. It's like 20 minutes away from me, so the other side of town. So I just need to go there and pick it up. So.
Got to use that Gamer Club card, man, before it goes away.
Yeah, I got to use it before it goes, man.
Right.
I bought it. I actually bought BlazBlue. I was like, okay, let me just buy it last night, and I just need to go to Best Buy and pick it up. But it came at the worst time. It's like E3, like.
Yeah, it's tough to get away from the house.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's tough to get away from the house, especially now with everything dropping. So
yeah, very good.
And like PlayerEssence, I have a code for BlazBlue. The Z is supposed to be silent, so I'm gonna say that on behalf of everyone else. But it's BlazBlue. Come on now. But I have a code for it. I haven't typed it in yet. So this weekend for sure.
That's like the people who tell me it's Forza, and because I always say Forza. I'm like, no, it's Forza. Everybody corrects me all. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be Forza because it's Italian, right?
Like pizza, Forza. Yeah.
People always tell me it's like, no, it's Forza.
I don't care how people pronounce crap. I know what you guys are talking about.
Exactly.
But when Evan and I worked whenever Evan and I worked in retail, it was always like that too. I'd be like, yeah, Forza's pretty fun for racing game. Like, oh, you mean Forza, right? I'm like, no, it's Forza.
Favorite was still just the Deus Ex people.
You can see that too, yeah. It's just fun to see some of those names get thrown up and see what they say, how they pronounce it. It's fun. So do we just want to talk about this EA conference?
Do we have to?
Yeah. It was not good, man. I saw this and I was like, I was watching, and you know, I think we all have expectations for these things, but man, I was highly disappointed with what happened. The one, I guess there's a couple saving graces. There was the indie games that they showed, which were creative and stuck out like a sore thumb at the EA conference. And then they did say there's another Star Wars game by Respawn coming next year that sounds like it's in a cool setting. But what's everyone think about this conference? Don't get too excited, anybody.
I think Nate should go first. He sounds so. I know you say so many good things about EA on Twitter.
I mean, one of us has to get thrown under the bus, right?
I mean, EA doesn't need an E3 press conference anymore. FIFA's going to sell no matter what. Every year they don't have to come out and say, this is the most realistic FIFA yet. Look at the grass. Look at this new feature where you can play for the World Cup. We know what's coming every year. Move on with it. And then we have the mobile game. They spend, 15 minutes on it just to end with, you can get it now on your phone.
Yeah.
Well, why did I have to watch it for 15 minutes?
We talked about this before we went on, because even Chad Saran right there at the $2 said, CNC Mobile reminds me of Dungeon Keeper Mobile. But before we went on here, even OJ was like, that made me really mad to see that.
I'm an old school Command & Conquer fan. I used to play them. I was telling him I used to play them back in the day on the PlayStation 1. So to see what they've done with this franchise is upsetting.
Disgraceful.
Yeah.
Hurts your feelings.
Oh, man. It hit him hard, obviously.
I know.
Oh, man, that's bad. Yeah, you're right, though. It's weird that they played it for as long. They played an entire match.
Yeah.
It was really funny because they played it up
In
like
real
it was going to be a
time.
big thing that was going to happen. And then two guys just came out, sat down in a chair, and started playing on their phones.
Yeah, I mean,
like, all right.
you can't build in it. There was no electric generators. It was a whole bunch of nothing.
No resource gathering with money and stuff, like where you go and get the money and mine it.
Well, no, there was resource gathering, but it was kind of BS and tacked on. You had to send gatherers up, but then they just sit there and that's it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't go actually you know how before in the Command & Conquer, you actually have
to
mine
manage.
it.
You have to manage
mine
your
it out.
lines and stuff.
Yeah. It was like the real resource man or the real resource gathering like that.
I believe it's out. I believe that's out in beta right now for Android. I guess people can just go download it right now if they want. I don't think it's out on iOS. I think it's just Android. But yeah, I figure a lot of people are gonna be like, it's just it. That's the problem with this conference. When we do E3 stuff, we expect like a megaton, like a bombshell or something to happen, something big, and then I guess I just expect too much from EA for anything. I don't know.
I'll say that I didn't expect that. To be honest, I knew the show wasn't good. No, I didn't expect like megatons, but the problem is their pacing and what they show. Like for example, at the end, why was Anthem split into like 3 different or 4 different types of presentations? It's like you have a panel, you have CG, you have some gameplay trailer in between it, you have concept art. It was just this weird mashup of different, I don't understand why they spent so much time on just doing different types of things with it. It seems like that whole thing could have been 25 minutes if it was just recorded and just shown to us. It just seems like they're wasting time with a lot of this stuff. I mean, you just talk, we have a Star Wars Jedi game. All right.
Yeah. That would have been cool though if they had a trailer ready for it. I can't believe they didn't even have a cinematic trailer. Doesn't show any gameplay.
Not even concept art. They are showing concept art for Anthem. Isn't the game coming out in February? You're showing us concept art. That's something you do after when you have a panel, at too many games or something like that. You don't do that at an E3. I mean, just their presentation style is horrible. And, but that's just my thought. The presentation style is just absolutely trash. And like I said, the mobile game, having people come out and having shoutcasters, having broadcasters in a conference, it's not even the fact that I'm expecting a megaton. It's the fact that how the presentation was laid out was just horrible. It just wasn't great. I mean, it makes Microsoft and Sony's look freaking god tier. You know what I'm saying? I'm really looking forward to those two now because
that's right.
We got some of the bigger YouTubers turning out tonight. I got Mario Muffet in the chat. I got Austin John in the chat. Yeah, he's asking if that was John Riggs. Yeah, that's John Riggs. That's John Riggs.
Hey, how are you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, so we got a lot of people turning out. It's E3 season, so yeah, people are gonna turn out for that. It was. I mean, was there any? Let me ask you guys this: was there any any good thing out of the conference that you were like, oh, okay, did anything pull you back in even for an instant?
What, outside of the indie games? That
I mean, you can name
really,
it. I mean, that's fine if you look at any games. Like, just did anything like pull you guys back in? Because it was like from the start, people were like, because
Right.
it was like Battlefield. It's like, oh, okay, cool, Battlefield. But then they didn't really show much for Battlefield either. Like, they're like, check out Xbox tomorrow. It's like, oh, okay.
A trailer and announce Royal mode.
the only thing really for me was the moment when they started talking about Sea of Solitude, and I thought it was something. And then after they started showing the gameplay and it was the giant creatures and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, that's something I did not expect actually to go into.
Right. I got some Wind Waker vibes from that. Maybe it's just the visuals. I don't know. And the sea part with the boat.
Well, I got more rhyme. Like, it feels a little bit like it's going to be kind of one of those story games.
Sure. Robert Erickson with the 20 sec saying, "What's up? What's up, man? How's it going?" Yeah, Sean is still incapacitated, I think. I think that's what's happening right now. He wasn't feeling well, so but he could jump in at some point. Yeah, anything really. I guess Unraveled 2, because they did that thing where they say it's available now, and it looked like a cool indie game, and I was like, I'll try it out. So like I said, I went and bought it and downloaded it, but that was probably one of the bigger things that pulled me in. That was at least interesting to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
with the Sea of Solitude, with the Sea of Solitude, I loved the presenter that went up there, because she seemed genuinely excited to be there to talk about it, where everyone else is just PR in suits. Hey, we have this wonderful thing. I'm going to use all these big words for you, and here's the trailer. That's completely like when Battlefield announced their Royale mode. Well, that was predictable. I think we all talked about that already. Seeing her out there, and I mean, I love the new Jedi game that they had no footage for, no concept art for, and it was like so far one of the cringiest. I just love the fact that it's like, hey, here's some dude in the audience. Let's talk to him for a little while, and he seemed like he's never been on camera before, and didn't want to talk about anything. He was just like, okay, go away.
It was a massive transition, wasn't it? Though, from like Andrew Wilson, who looks like a Bond villain, and then you go to the lady who's like super excited and nervous to be there to show off her like artistic game. It was a big shift in tone.
I think they had to do that. They're probably changing something on stage or maybe on set. I need to look back and watch, but maybe they did that to avoid, like, don't look at the stage because we're changing scenery now or something. I don't know. But it was just it killed. I mean, not that there was a vibe to begin with, but it killed the vibe like right off the bat. And I was like, okay.
No joke though. That lady that was so happy to show off her game was, to me, the best part. She was cute. She was adorable. I liked her. I liked her on there, and that was awesome to see her so happy and be emotional about her game. So to me, that was honestly the best part of the.
It's because she was relatable. Where, like I said, Andrew Wilson looks like evil. Technically, like if you look at him, you're like, okay, yeah, he looks like a Bond villain. Yeah, okay. So
totally.
she's relatable.
The Suderling guy too. Both of them look like Bond villains.
Right. Somebody had the accents too.
Andrew Wilson probably wants to look like that, though. Like, he wants to look like that, so people, take him seriously.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to go to his office,
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's always my favorite part about any of the E3s are, like, the lady who's up on stage. I mean, just like last year when they were talking about the Mario and Rabbids, and there's the guy in the audience crying because it was his project he's been working on. That's my favorite part of the whole expo in the first place. I can see gameplay footage all day, but, I want to hear their stories and how they got there and all that.
What did you guys think of Anthem?
What's cool, but the presentation was just how they chopped it up was horrible. But I think the game itself looks good if they would have presented it better. But
it's still in the box of I really want to know more, because it feels heavily like kind of the I've been hurt before situation. Like, it feels like the Destiny 2 announcement where they're like, this is all the cool stuff, but then it comes and everything's missing. It feels like the Division 1 reveal where it looked amazing and then it came out and it only had some stuff. And I feel like it's going to be the same. So I want to see what else they got.
Apparently you can play it offline as well, is what is the word going around right now.
I hope so.
Yeah. So
I hope so.
Yeah, people keep saying it does remind them of Destiny, and I think it's just the art style, the look, the setting. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. You're probably going to get that, but I hope that BioWare's learned from Destiny at this point. But we'll see. I really wish they had talked more about the customization of your suits, because it looked like you could change the colors. I was hoping they would go into depth of like, oh, you can change your boots, you can change your gauntlets, you can change your chest plates and everything. They didn't talk about any of that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm interested in, because a lot of what we saw in the gameplay, some of the suits looked very slow. Yeah. I want to know if I have like that power suit, can I customize it where I can get boosters, but it's at, I lose maybe a little bit of power, or I lose a certain offensive trait. And that's what I think what's going to come down to the game for me, of if this is a game I buy or not.
Yeah, even Chad says, $5 says, I'm worried Anthem is too late to ride the Destiny hype train. and will Mass Effect style games return? People are wondering if Anthem is going to have decision making and stuff like that, like they did with the conversation and Mass Effect. But
decision making is only part of it. It's more the tactical RPG based thing that we're not seeing.
Well, we saw the numbers popping out, so there's definitely the mechanics of an RPG built into there some way. So I mean,
it's gonna be interesting. I don't know if there's like, do you level up as a character, or just do your suits level up? That's the kind of stuff I'm wondering about. They definitely introduced the classes for each suit.
In the last trailer, they did show that weapons had certain levels, and there was a way to like upgrade things. So there's some aspect of it.
David McDonald asked you, is his question for OJ, Kirby or Anthem?
Yeah, man. It was during my live stream. Somebody, because like people were looking at Anthem, and just people didn't know just because they have the sour taste of Battlefield or not Battlefront and Mass Effect Andromeda. You know what I'm saying? So then somebody was trying to bring up, oh well, you guys like Kirby, but Anthem looks horrible. I'm like, dude, like, why are you even comparing the two? Like, you got like one developer that puts like $100 million into it, and then Kirby gets like a piece of gum and like $10. Go make a game for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was saying it was a dumb comparison to begin with. To compare these two, like, literally, it was a dumb comparison to begin with. But.
Yeah, in the world of A's, where they use those to like describe games, I would put Kirby at like a AA, and obviously Anthem at like the top tier AAA.
It's not even a comparison. Like, I wish and like I was saying, like on my stream, I was like, yo, I wish that, like, I bet you anything hell if Nintendo walked and said, oh, here's $50 million to make a Kirby game, they'd like crap their pants or something like that. Best damn Kirby game ever, dude. Like, they're getting literally nothing to make games, so it's not a silly comparison. So
were you guys surprised that Unraveled 2 was not a Switch game?
Nope,
not at all.
Interesting. Okay. I saw a lot of people confused about that online when I saw that popping up. A lot of people on Twitter were like, why isn't this a Switch game? It does seem to fit on the Switch for what it's described as, but you guys weren't surprised that it just wasn't. Like, it's co-op. Even the characters are the same colors as the Neon Joy-Cons.
Mm-hmm. It fits, but it's EA. It's EA though. You can't expect anything from EA to come to, like, honestly, you can't expect anything from EA to come to Switch. The only reason why we got the Fee or whatever it's called is because the developers really wanted to, and they've been developing on Switch. Those guys that are making this game Unravel, they didn't make anything on like any Nintendo systems beforehand, so I don't expect anything. The No Way Out guys, or A Way Out or whatever, not No Way Out, that's Puff Daddy. A Way Out guys, like, they didn't make anything on Switch either. So I mean, all of EA's like indie interactive or whatever they do to get people in, nothing's been on Switch but one game because Zoink has developed on this. So I didn't expect. It's
interesting because of the sales numbers that keep coming out, and the basically the breakdown of some of, like, we just saw Bloodstained. What was it, like 54%? Is where their sales came from, was all Switch. Which was more than Steam should be outselling all of these, obviously.
You think?
But we keep hearing about Valve's horrible ideas for how to run Steam, which is not run Steam, basically. That's the Jason Murdoch. Yeah, I'll look into limited run games. I think they overrun another. Am I wrong about that? I feel like they overrun Square or Ubisoft or somebody a little bit by like an hour. So we'll see about that. And then Brain Glick's trying to tell you, OJ, to watch the English dub for Dragon Ball True Fan. Dragon Ball True Fan?
I think that's just him saying True Fan at the end.
Okay, watch the English dub for Dragon Ball, Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm watching in Japanese. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn a little bit, guys, too. I've been using Rosetta Stone, so
cool.
Perfect.
Okay. And then were you guys surprised about the upgrade to their, was it EA Access? They're doing EA Access Premier or Premium, where it's going to be basically like Xbox Game Pass now.
Right?
Well, they have a cloud. They're doing the cloud service, and they're also doing one that sounds like it's going to be just like Game Pass, where you essentially download the games for PC.
Oh, right.
And then they're also, all the games you're going to be able to play a week early, and it's not like where they're doing before. There were like trials where you had like so many hours. It looks like it's just unlimited play.
Right. Like, that's the incentive to sign up for it. Is you just a week before everyone else.
Yeah, but you also just get the game. It sounds like it's like Xbox Game Pass.
Right.
And it's $100 a year or $15 per month.
Yeah. If you love EA and their games.
I mean, there are a lot of people who buy Madden and FIFA and NBA every single year. They do it.
That's true.
You can ask Evan. We'd be behind that counter and be like, you just bought FIFA 18 or FIFA 16 last year. Now you're going to come buy FIFA 17 this year. it's not that much different, right? They're like, yeah, here. It's like, okay. So just 2 of those games is like, I mean, with how fast sports games depreciate, that's actually a service that actually makes a little bit of sense for me.
Sure. Yeah, I have a gamer friend of mine. I have a friend of mine who is a non-gamer, but he also has an Xbox One, and he does get the FIFA games every year. He gets Madden every year. So for him and his family, it's perfect. You get Battlefield 5, that's on there too. Why not? Royale mode, kids love Fortnite. Try this out too. When Anthem comes out, Anthem's part of that too. Perfect. So it's great for them if they love that genre. Some random dude like me, I don't know, man. But it comes with the vault too. They're talking about all the previous games too, or congrats too. So interesting to see.
They said it'd be like 100 games from day one, basically, as soon as it goes once live. So that's gonna be interesting to see. It's almost like, I wonder, do you guys think other companies are gonna start doing these subscription services now straight up?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You hear how Ubisoft's talking like, oh well, streaming and this and that. I mean, they all want a piece of that subscription.
It's guaranteed money for a lot of them.
Oh yeah, I see them doing it. I mean, and I guess I don't have too much of a problem with it. I mean, if people who are hardcore EA fans, if it's an option. It's an option for you. If you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. Then you leave it alone. So
it's probably better than them spending $180 or even. I mean, there's also I didn't know if NBA Live is going to come back. I was actually a little surprised that they're doing it again. But yeah, it is coming back. Oh gosh, Austin. OJ can answer this for you because he has been E3. I have not. I've never been E3. He said he has his first E3 tomorrow. Any advice for him?
First E3. Well, I would just say make sure you rest up and you're hydrated. The last thing you want is to get in there and be in line and be dehydrated. Like I know it sounds like corny, but seriously, like rest up. Make sure you eat something. Be hydrated and ready to go and be ready to wait in long lines as well. Some of them have a media line. So, because there's going to be some people that are just there, you know what I'm saying, or like kids of the people. So sometimes they have a media line. So, if you're media, you can get in a little bit faster, but you have to ask or something, or you might not even get it. You might be waiting in line for a couple hours and not get any work done, So ask for the media line if they have one. And just be open to talk to developers. If you see a developer, be open to talk to them and ask them questions and, interview them right there. A lot of them are really happy to take interviews. Like I interviewed the dude from Rare. I interviewed a guy back from that one game. I forgot about that MOBA game that shut down, the game that you were talking about, Evan. It was like a cartoony looking like MOBA game.
Gigantic.
Gigantic. Yeah, I got an interview from there. Another one. So just if you see somebody there and they're standing right next to the game, feel free to walk up to them and get an interview. They love doing that stuff. So they're very happy to talk about their game. So that would be my advice. Hydrate, rest up, and ask for media lines.
I guess don't be afraid to grab people to be like, hey, what's going on here? Let me get an interview and then let me play your game.
Exactly. I did that. And the Xbox, from what I understand, is like really good with that. They always have a lot of people there. Nintendo obviously doesn't as much. They just have like cute girls standing there. But
Philip had some good luck with he used a GoPro body cam thing, and he had good luck getting at least footage of him walking around a little easier than with his camera that was on like a swivel, he said. So I guess if you're getting footage and stuff, maybe that way you don't even have to hold it, with your hand. You can just kind of leave it there and then play games that way. I remember he went to San Diego. He was one of the first people that got Skyrim on the Switch footage. I remember that in handheld mode. So yeah, I'll be curious how it goes. They have to let me know also how that goes. I'm curious. I know Dave is going there too. So
if you're going to E3 or PAX or any convention, I'll also add, you don't think about it, bring an extra pair of socks because you'll not know how rejuvenated you feel by just taking off the socks you're wearing and putting on a new pair of socks. For some reason, it's a second breath of wind.
Is it? I assume it's very hot at E3. So like in the
it gets a little crowded.
It gets a little crowded.
Yeah. Well, especially now that now that's open to the public too. I do PAX every year too. But like you said, hydrate. I'd say granola bars in your pocket. I do the cargo shorts because I'm a dad, so I wear my dad shorts. And of course, a 3DS for Street Pass.
Yeah. And another thing, don't eat that nasty food in between from going from like EA to like. Don't eat any of that crap. You'll see people out there eating. Don't eat it. You're gonna feel sluggish and feel tired. Don't eat that stuff. Like you said, like John said, eat granola bars. Like eat something, drink water. Don't go there and be a slob because they have some like have like food trucks and stuff. Don't eat any of that crap, and it's expensive.
Convention pizza is the worst.
Yeah, don't eat any of that stuff. Just go to Walmart, get your own stuff. Like if they're gonna tempt you with eating that crap, don't eat any of it.
And wear deodorant.
Wait, that's actual advice. Okay.
But delousing. It's I don't know what it is about conventions, but I mean, I honestly think there should be like when you go to a public swimming pool and you have to take a shower before you walk in, like the ET delousing compartment before you go in there. There should be that for every convention. That'd be great. Right before the metal detector.
Oh man, that's what happens. Like I said, when you open it up to public, it's gonna happen.
I went up to the public. Yeah.
How was it any different? Was it any different, OJ, before they opened it to public?
From what I understand, I mean, the lines are a little bit better. Like the other, like last year was insane. I'm glad I'm not going until it's back, not open to the public, or until I got enough subscribers so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I can get whatever I need quickly. So I mean, it's definitely more crowded now than it was before. I mean, because you have all the same journalists going, and then you also have public going, and you have these people's kids going and their friends going. You know, they get in, and then like other stuff, people going. So it's just, it seems more crowded to me. So.
Okay. Now, do they have an app? Do you know? I know, like with PAX, you have to do like the app, or sometimes there's lines that it's like Disneyland. If you're going to play a game for your 30-minute demo or whatever, you have to wait in line for like 2.5 hours. But most of them are just doing the, oh no, you can't even check in line here. You have to use the app and check in yesterday to reserve your spot in line. I don't know if PAX does that. I don't know if E3's doing that yet.
E3 has changed a lot over the years. I mean, I've gone to 5 E3s.
Oh my!
And I mean, my thing with E3 is if you don't have an appointment, don't waste your time sitting in line for 3 hours to play a 20-minute demo of New Super Mario Brothers.
Correct.
Because it's just not worth it. There's going to be tons of coverage before you even get the chance to play it, and you're going to play it for 10 minutes and walk away and say, I just spent my whole day in line. Exactly. If you don't have if you're going there without appointments, then you pick like the 6 games you have to play over the 3-day period, and you just hit those.
Right.
And then once you're done with that game, move on to something else, or just say, I saw what I wanted to do today, and I'm done. Because without appointments, it's a waste of time.
Yep.
Okay.
I figured that out. That's why I don't go anymore.
But usually the indies are wanting you to play their game because everyone else is out there playing Anthem and all that. But like the indie guys are like, oh, here, please play my game. Talk to me. I'm the producer guy. That's where you discover all the games that no one else is talking about. Then those hidden gems,
It's not like there's always like lines for every single game. I don't want to make that illusion that there's always lines. Like you go there, like I got to play Bayonetta, and I got to like Bayonetta 2, and I got to play. Smash Brothers wasn't too long of a wait because they had a bunch. So if they had like a bunch of like outlets to play, I mean, you can, or a bunch of like setups to play. It's cool. It's just it's like Nate said. I mean, if you don't have an appointment, it's tough. But really, just kind of go to the games you want to, or even you can be like that person that goes out there and tries out the other games. I remember I did like a God of War video, like God of War 3 remastered, and like it got like 20,000 views or something. Like back then for me, I didn't have anywhere near as many subscribers. I was like, whoa, like the most random things, like footage, right. And nobody was on that God of War 3 remastered station. So like sometimes like the most random footage can get you a lot. So.
Well, there's already footage for like Anthem, for instance, but no one's doing video footage for Sea of Solitude,
Yeah.
So you could be that source.
Yeah. Very good, very good. There's some advice for E3. So I guess you guys think EA is going to be the worst presentation of E3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my! How could it be worse?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Digital Devolver was hilarious last year, but it was barely a game conference. I'll say that. I think theirs was awesome last year, though. So.
It would still be better than what EA.
It was entertaining, at least, right? It didn't put people to sleep, so I'll say that. There you go. Austin John has his one appointment. It's for Smash on the Switch. I know they were doing signups for that.
Right.
So at least you know what you can go play Smash, and that's going to be interesting to see because everyone's going to want to play it. I wonder what that Nintendo New York store is going to look like. People are about to be banging on that window, man. I'm telling you. It did cross my mind for a minute to drive there because it's like 2 hours away. But I know what that scene's going to look like, and that scene mixed with New York is not a good idea. So
traffic.
And then I want to see how long it takes for like a trash can to go to the window or something.
Yeah, and then you have to drive back, and then you still have to do cover. I mean, you still have to do coverage that day. So I mean, like you'd be like really stressing.
Yep, that'd be a fun day. I have to get there because the line starts at 7 a.m. So I have to leave at like 4:30 in the morning or something. That line's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. I hope people get footage of that. I'm really curious how it looks when it all happens. So what's the next presentation? Is Xbox, right? Microsoft. We got Microsoft. I'm excited too. I see. Microsoft is interesting because they I think have the most pressure of everybody going into this because they just delayed their one game. I mean, yeah, Forza's happening. They just delayed their one game they thought was coming this year. There were people who actually thought it was going to drop at E3, which is funny looking at it now. Oh, hey, Jay, can get some pictures. Oh, cool. Yeah, let me know how that goes. Any footage too, you know.
That's right.
Yeah, so they delay Crackdown, which is interesting now to look at it, by the way, because Anthem and Days Gone are coming out on the same day, by the way, February 22nd. And Crackdown's coming in February as well. So I don't know if Microsoft is trying to avoid a lot of that stuff, but it's all piling up in February already. So that's getting pushed next year. That's actually only, if you think about it, it's only like, what, a 3-month delay, I guess, because I was thinking it might come out in November if they were going to launch it this year. So yeah, that's fine. But what do they do here? Because Forts is obvious, right? You know what's happening.
They'll probably start with that. I think they're going to start with the unveil of like, hey, here's the thing that's going to get people start to tweet about what's going on. It's like, oh, they're Forza. That's what we'll bring into the convention.
I'm excited because I like the Horizon series. I do because they're fun. But I really want to know where it's taking place. We've heard UK, we've heard China, and we've heard Japan. Out of those three, I'd love to see it in Japan, but more than likely there because I want it there. What are you guys thinking going into this Microsoft conference? Expectations, anything like that?
Hard to say. I mean, I think it's going to be a whole lot of every video is going to start with that, Xbox One X Windows 10 exclusive, and it'll go into that's what happens, and then it's just. And I don't know. I think we're going to see a handful of games that we didn't even think about. I'm hoping. I mean, Forza, like you said, is kind of the obvious given. A lot of people are talking about a Halo 6, maybe. I think it's still too soon for that, but I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I have no expectations for Xbox this year.
When did Halo 5 come out? When did Halo 5 come out?
2015, right?
2015.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years. I mean, we're getting to that point where we're like, okay, yeah, let's get Halo 6.
You could probably tease it.
I'm gonna say Halo 6, man. I think it's time. Like, what are they gonna have? There's no Crackdown. I mean, you gotta push it. You gotta push it to get. I mean, they have huge studio there. I mean, I know it seems a bit early. You're right. I mean, I get it, but they gotta have something. I mean, what? Right?
I mean, Halo 6 is the game, right? That's the one you go, okay, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy that game.
What do you guys think about the rumors though? Let's just like the Gears of War. Do you guys think that's gonna happen, or the
sheer quantity of them?
I am on that train.
Rumors about Gears of War. You guys think that's happening, or?
I'm all aboard that the cold train.
Really?
For a couple
You're all about that, huh? All these Gears of War games dropping. You're okay with that?
Cold train.
About time.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some Gears. I think we're going to see some Halo.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem with Microsoft Conference every year since the original Xbox One E3 is that they have yet to really show a reason to go out and buy an Xbox, but they've consistently shown games that if you have an Xbox, that you sit there and say, oh, at least I have 3-4, exclusives coming from Microsoft this year that I can play on it. Right. And I think this year is just going to continue that trend. They're not going to sell new people on the system, but they'll give the fans what they've come to know, a New Horizon, Halo, Gears, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you fall back on those. Do you guys want to see something like, I guess, newish? Do you want to see like a Perfect Dark there?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll be down.
That happens.
For sure.
I want a Perfect Dark.
Yes, but I don't want to see it at this E3. I want Microsoft to hold a Perfect Dark until their next system. There's no reason to waste it on the Xbox One.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, why waste it on this system that has no future?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they could remaster it on the next one.
I mean, what if it's like the next system is like, it's in the same line and it'll be able to play, backwards compatibility and it'll get some of the upgrades like an Xbox One X. There's just something else that's, more from there. So maybe you'll still be able to play this one on your Xbox. And then if you play it on Xbox One X, it's better than you play it on the next Xbox. It's like 60 frames per second, 4K or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I would like them to try it. I mean, try it. But I think a more important question, who would make it? Would it be Rare? Like, would you guys have confidence in Rare making a good?
I thought they were. I keep hearing about the Coalition working on some game that's not Gears, and I hear about Playground working on some other project that I think is Fable, by the way. You might see Fable. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's for next gen. They need you're right though, Nate. They need a title for next gen, whether it's a Fable or a Perfect Dark. My other question is, do you guys think they put Perfect Dark in the title, or do you think they just call it Joanna Dark?
I never thought about that.
I think, I could see just going Joanna Dark, because Perfect Dark now it's nothing. I mean, it's really just a name.
It's that 360 game that was...
Yeah, that was awful. And it was a great N64 game, but we're kind of so much time's been removed since the original Perfect Dark that doesn't really carry any weight to it that would be like, oh my God, it's a new Perfect Dark. You could really call it, Dark, 00, whatever.
Right.
Dark, Special Agent, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be Perfect Dark.
And then, do you guys think that? Well, I guess it's going to happen, right? Is Halo 6? Chad also says Microsoft needs to show what their direction is in gaming. Too many mixed messages recently. I would actually agree on that a bit right now, because all we see them doing is delaying and canceling, and putting out games that seem to be having issues. Right, the last 2 releases have either lacked content or been buggy at launch, and neither of them have been critically acclaimed. So,
does Microsoft do a lot with apps, mobile apps, or anything?
They have a companion app, don't they?
A couple of them, maybe. I don't know. I was trying to think of not really to combat with the Command and Conquer Rivals, but if they had Halo Wars 3, that was a mobile exclusive, maybe. Okay. But we're gonna see something with Minecraft, because Minecraft usually shows up during Microsoft. And I'm hoping we'll see a price drop and some kind of gaming something or other for the HoloLens.
I thought about price drops just in general, for the Xbox or anything like that. I think it's getting cheap enough to where they could do that, because one of Microsoft's best strategies right now is probably price, to try to get anything back market share wise, because they're not making a comeback, obviously. But if they could get to a decent number and be like, hey, we sold 50 million Xboxes, we think that's okay right now.
Right. If they drop the X to 400, I think it would be okay.
Yeah, I think the X to 400. HoloLens is interesting. I don't know. That's still in the VR territory. Yeah. Yeah. No. Dougie asks, Konami or EA? Real quick, guys, off the top of your head, which is the worst these days?
EA.
Really? Okay. See, I'm tempted to say Konami. To be honest,
tempted to say Konami, but I kind of want to wait till after E3, because we do know that Konami is going to be bringing some things.
Yeah, they are. Right.
So maybe this will be the deciding factor for me. It's who's trash of 2018. I mean,
I'll at least let Konami show, because we just let EA show. You know what I mean? I'll at least let that happen first.
Home pachinko machines is what we'll get.
Yeah. Where's that attachment for the Switch?
Remember what I told you, OJ. Konami's bringing it to E3.
I know, and I've been hinting that. I've been thinking, hey, there might be something going on, and not only that, but then they also renewed another Castlevania Netflix series. Got renewed for the 3rd season. So I think
Castlevania's here, man.
Slowly building up a potential Castlevania game. I mean, that would be super hype.
I got my expectations low for their Switch title, the compilation one. I was like, if it's just Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, I'll be happy. But if they're rolling with Castlevania, man, I'm all right with that.
Oh, I'll be down.
I'd be completely down. If it was like Order of Ecclesia, bring back. I'd even take Order of Ecclesia, brought back, or the 3DS, or sorry, the DS trilogy. Those games, I'd like.
Oh, I love the DS trilogy. Those are my favorite. The DS trilogy, absolutely.
They're rolling in with Gears. We hear 3 Gears titles right now, by the way: an RTS, a Battle Royale, and then Gears 5.
Yeah, man.
That's what we hear right now. That's a lot of Gears. I would hope that Battle Royale would just be a part of Gears 5.
No, right.
But they might split that up. It would be cool if they made that free and then they made the other ones as paid.
There you go.
That would be a cool idea, like how Fortnite has their free Battle Royale. But it doesn't matter anyway, because those are all on Game Pass. What do I care? I'll just download it. But so those 3, those are probably happening, I guess. RTS with Gears, though, I mean, it could work. I guess it matches up better than Halo.
But I mean, if they went, I guess it depends on the direction they took. I mean, picture a Gears of War game, kind of like XCOM. You still have the cover system.
Yeah, man. You could do that. That'd be good. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, XCOM 2 is actually part of the PlayStation Plus on PS4 right now. I actually downloaded it and started playing back through it. I'm like, yeah, I still like XCOM.
I have to ask a question though, because XCOM and Halo Wars, those are different.
They're very different. Yes.
Yeah, I see XCOM being a lot better, in terms of style and presentation and how it works, than Halo Wars. So I mean, if it's XCOM, then I'm okay. If it's Halo Wars, then I'm more inclined not to
that's more live RTS versus tactics. But what if it was also along the lines, since it's usually a smaller squad-based thing, to something like Dragon Age or something along those lines, where it's live but pausable, so you can tactically.
Did you play XCOM at all, OJ?
Yes, I played XCOM.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say it's similar to Mario Rabbids.
Yeah, I like XCOM. It's good.
Yeah. It's if any of you guys out there played Mario Rabbids and you liked it, check out XCOM because they're very similar, like extremely similar.
And then dig into tactics games because there's not a lot of them, but there are a lot of really good ones.
Cheap too across all platforms. Just cheap.
So do they have any? We know Battlefield 5's there. Do you guys think any third party stuff that's like new announcement? Like would Splinter Cell show here or would it show at Ubisoft? For example, just as an example, if it's happening. You know what I mean? Like, is there a big third-party announcement out there that you think that's going to show up and be like, we're showing here?
They do that every year, don't they? Like, they have like one, like...
They usually have something. We saw Metro, right, last year, I think.
Anthem? Was Anthem at...
Yes.
Conference?
Yeah, they did. Yes. That's where they did one of the initial trailers for
it. They talked about it at EA, but then they said if you want to see gameplay, check it out at Microsoft. And we were like, yeah, we got to check this out.
Yeah.
And then we found out they ran them on PCs. No. But I'm trying to figure out if any like third party is going to show up with a game that we don't know about until Xbox, because Xbox is going before everybody else, and it might be an easy way for them to also say, if you want to find out more, check out our booth or come by our conference and see that there. You can get some people hyped up for it.
I think it's going to happen. I can't even predict what it would be.
Or, I mean, they could also pull from Capcom. They could pull from Sega. These are people that don't have conferences. They could be like in here, because I think Capcom is going to have a decent presence at Sony. So I'm wondering if they would show up and pull people otherwise, like, because we heard about them talking with Sega.
Right. So, and Bethesda has their own, but I mean, they wouldn't waste theirs on Microsoft.
What about something from WB? What about like a Mortal Kombat?
That'd be a place for it. I don't know. I think it might be rare if anyone, but I don't know, maybe.
Cyberpunk. Somebody said Cyberpunk. That's you could see. Maybe
I could see like a Splinter Cell. I mean, if I was gonna pick one, because Splinter. You guys remember like Splinter Cell originally was like the Xbox type of answer to Metal Gear back in the day. I mean,
it looked a lot better on the Xbox than it did on the PS2. Chaos Theory looked way better on the Xbox.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I can maybe see Microsoft reaching out. I know they don't have exclusive deals with Destiny anymore. There's probably going to be like an exclusive deal with like, I mean, I don't know if they have anything with Anthem or what they're doing there, but I mean, that might be something that they reach out and say, hey, you get some exclusive content on, the Xbox for like Splinter Cell if it shows up. So we don't know yet. It's not confirmed, but
well, outside of that, okay. Is Microsoft going to pull any Japanese support here? Anything that you can think of?
Stuff like, I mean, as in like paid or like more, or stuff like Dead or Alive 6 that's just going to come to it because it comes to PlayStation.
Something that they want to put on the stage and be like, yes, we hear you guys about Japanese support. Here's Japanese support.
Okay, I got it. So my heart is speaking right now. Okay, guys.
Okay.
My heart tells
this was me saying Series 4 before EA, and then I remembered it was EA.
My heart tells me that there's going to be Blue Dragon 2 and Lost Odyssey. My brain tells me you're crazy. So that's what my heart. There's a separation. Okay, so I'm hoping one of those two make an.
Dude, if they do something with Lost Odyssey, like Microsoft specifically does it, like they publish it and everything, I would open up Game Pass so fast.
I'd open up Game Pass and buy the game. Physical.
I would actually buy the game. Yeah, I would look for if it was Lost Odyssey specifically, I would look for a special edition. Absolutely, I'd be all in for that. I will buy that $100 edition for that. That game was awesome back in the day.
It's really good, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. But my brain is telling me that. My heart is saying, yo, like maybe we get a Lost Odyssey this year, like I've been saying for the past decade. Like,
look, Agent,
this is the year. This is the year.
Oh, Evan, do you see that Agent Cueto found some of those emotes?
Yeah, dude, he's been spamming them. He loves them.
Jeez, Evan made a bunch of emotes.
Oh yeah, they're
nice
emotes, dude.
Yeah. I still think we're gonna see. I still want to see Crimson Skies 2.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be okay with that. That's what kicked off Xbox Live, man.
Free to play, online only, so many loot boxes. It'll be great.
If I don't know how they would do it, but if they could do like Crimson Skies, like Crimson Skies Royale, and then like Crimson Skies 2 is the download, then that would be a system seller.
It's not beyond like the capacity for these companies. There is a top-down boat action game that's a royale as well. I think it was something like 50 people free for all, and just a large map. So it's pretty cool.
Man, yeah.
Wishful thinking, of course. But.
Yeah. I guess we can move on now to Sony, the next of the big three. They've pretty much told us most of what we're going to see, but they keep saying they have more announcements to show. What was their announcement today, by the way? I think I missed that.
Which one? Sony's announcement?
Yeah, they were doing one every morning at 11 a.m. I completely missed it.
I think it was a PlayStation 4 portable today.
Yeah, I think it was a VR. It was supposed to be a VR game. I thought today. Maybe that's
it was
the
what was it called? Troll Giant. The word giant is in there. It's like Moss, but not Moss.
Okay, that's probably why I didn't hear about it then.
Yeah.
I didn't actually.
PSVR, so I'm all about it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
it looks awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks totally cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think tomorrow's is going to be a little more interesting. I think. I have to look. They kind of talked about what each one's going to be.
Right.
We did get the Days Gone release date the other day, so yeah, and the Tetris effect. So
yeah, it's Ghost Giant.
Ghost Giant.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll check that. You're right. Thank you.
I'll check out Ghost Giant then. That'll be good.
It looks cool. I mean, as a PSVR guy, I love the fact that not every game has to be first-person perspective, guns and all that, which is great. I like that too. But Moss blew me away. It's like my number one favorite everything. And this looks like I said, Moss, but not Moss. So you can do a action platformer, but also have that 3D element where you can interact as well. So
okay.
I'm down. I'm in.
Yeah, see, Sock on 10's already jumping ahead here. Tales of Vesperia HD, and then Vanquish 2, Xbox One exclusive. Everyone throws around Vanquish 2 a lot. I think it's just because they talk with Sega. Might be wishful thinking, but I mean, Vanquish at least matches up with the Xbox crowd, so it could be their target audience. Tales of Vesperia, apparently there's a lot of stuff going around that there will be a remaster, which is good because that was a good game. So I am all for that.
So John, have you heard there's going to be a remaster or not? What are you trying to say, John?
Hey, go ask Gamatsu, man. Was throwing that around everywhere, man.
No, I'm asking you though. You know anything about a remaster, John, or what?
Do I know it? Not specifically, no.
You're not looking at the camera.
Not specifically, no.
You can neither confirm nor deny the presence of.
All I know is that game would look really cool in 4K.
Oh, okay.
That would look really cool in 4K.
My.
It would look cool in 4K and on the Switch screen.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a game that I would hope would go to the Switch. By the way, that's a game that I would hope would go to the Switch.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
It would be great. That would be awesome. Hopefully it comes.
Yes.
PlayStation. What are you guys hoping for with PlayStation? We know about Death Stranding is going to be there. They've told us that. I don't know. I guess they'll show us maybe more Days Gone. I don't know if they show us any more of that. We already saw an hour 40 from Game Informer.
I just want to see gameplay footage of Death Stranding. I'm to the point now where it's like I don't even care about Death Stranding until I see gameplay footage.
Okay. So you get because that we still don't know what's happening there. So
no clue. It could be real-time strategy. I don't know.
Man, everybody's talking this game up like crazy too, by the way. They're saying it's like ahead of its time, it's mind-blowing and everything, but it's from what we've seen, it's kind of mind-blowing because there was a baby in Norman Reedus.
No, I know.
So I don't know. I don't know anything about that game outside of what we've seen. I'm hoping it's good.
I don't think Kojima knows what that game is.
Right? I'm surprised we haven't seen a Metal Gear yet in it.
Right.
What a Spider-Man, I guess, is going to be there. I don't need to see any more Spider-Man. I'm ready to buy it already. So.
I'm ready. Oh yeah, that probably. I'm guessing we're going to see a Spider-Man edition PS4 Pro when that game launches too. That's my prediction.
Yeah, they showed a controller for that, didn't they?
Probably.
They showed a controller. Yeah, Spider-Man. I'm forgetting one as well. But Ghost of Tsushima. That's the other one I want to see how that plays and looks and everything. I think it's gonna be really good, but I need to see how it's gonna play in the perspective of it, like how far is it gonna be like a big third person style game or what. But the setting is cool in like what is it, feudal Japan. That looks like it's gonna be really cool, but I need to see gameplay, visuals, and everything. All we've seen are just like cinematic trailers.
Right.
But we're getting a deep dive for it, so I'm in for that. We expect some PlayStation VR stuff. I don't know how long they're going to spend on it though, because that audience is, I think they said they moved 2 million units, but that's still a fairly small attach rate for their systems. But they'll show VR stuff. I would assume.
I think they'll carve out at least probably 15-20 minutes.
Do you
just
think
for PSVR?
That price at 200 or introduce a cheaper bundle? They were selling them at 200 pretty well.
No, I don't know if we're going to see a cheaper bundle just yet. I wouldn't doubt seeing like an all-in-one bundle, whether it be like, I think China has a PSVR Pro and VR one giant box bundle. I'd love to see that in America. But man, it's hard to say. I don't know is the answer. Yeah. I don't know. I'm rambling now.
The thing about VR is we never really know what they're going to show for VR. Like not a lot of people follow the developers behind VR, and a lot of times they're smaller projects that they can hide pretty well. So they just kind of show up, and we go, "Oh, cool, VR."
And so hopefully there'll be stuff like that. And there's also not really a one like Sony made VR AAA title yet. Yeah. I mean, there's some great games for it. I mean, Resident Evil 7 is great, Moss is great, but there's not like this is the Sony VR game that everyone. I mean, PlayStation Worlds is fine, but that's a tech demo.
Well, the rumor right now is that there's going to be mildly AAA game showing up there that's VR enabled. We're thinking, do you guys think Resident Evil 2 is showing up there?
The remake?
Yeah, the remake.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think so.
Yeah, that's showing up on Sony's platform there. That is going to be interesting to see. The rumors around it are insane right now. Like apparently like ridiculously good looking graphics, like similar to God of War. And this has been in development since, oh my gosh, probably late 2014 at this point, because they talked about it in 2015, didn't they?
Yeah, I think there was first where the guy was like in front of like a I'm not even. There was no footage. You just said Resident Evil 2 is coming back.
We do it or something like that.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna play this next year." And it's like, "Oh man, not so much."
In for a wait.
Waiting.
Do you think Final Fantasy 7 Remake shows up on that stage too?
I don't know with that game anymore. I don't trust what Square Enix does with Final Fantasy or anything. When it comes to it, they'll take forever. So I'm not sure. But I think we saw that little leak from the developer, right? He showed like a picture of a game, so I'm thinking they might show something, maybe a new trailer at least.
Yeah, I mean, they had to do something, don't they? I mean, I think they wanted the focus to be heavily on Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know if they'll show that at Sony's booth or Sony's conference or not, but we know that'll be at Square's conference. But I feel like they desperately wanted everything to be on Kingdom Hearts, and then they'll talk about Final Fantasy 7 Remake later, or they're just covering up for how horribly they've done that entire development cycle. It's been bad. It's been bad. I don't doubt any of the stuff we've heard about it, just because it shows on what we can see, with how,
the proof is already there,
Yeah. Okay. Evan, you want to read that out?
Yeah, apparently Phil Spencer's Twitter said that they are showing 15 games tomorrow specifically.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're getting 15 games from them, which means we're getting 7 games that are not Gears, Halo, and Fortnite. I'm just kidding.
Jeff Keighley also tweeted just a bit ago that like he's been hearing a lot of first and third party games are going to be revealed tomorrow.
These are all world premiere reviews.
Yeah, so. It says right here, just wrapped our final E3 rehearsal for Xbox. Feeling great about the show. Excited to world premiere 15 games tomorrow and much more. That is going to be interesting. He also said on Twitter when they were doing the rehearsal, it was about 100 minutes long, their entire thing. So what's that? An hour 40?
Hour 40.
That is going to be interesting to see how this goes. Now, of course, they're also counting. I'm going to let you guys know they're counting any indie games or anything they're going to show. But 15 games, that's a fair amount of games.
That's good.
It's also, if that's just the world premiere, if we see Ori 2, that wouldn't be included in that 15 games. So we could see
I want to see 20, Ori 2.
So we could still see a number of additional games.
I want to see Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I want to see that. That first one was cool. No, I think we're going to see a lot of their first party stuff. I'm getting a little hyped up for this Microsoft conference right now. I'm really hopeful.
I am too. After watching EA, I'm actually really hyped to see.
The expectations are down here right now.
They don't sell for anything.
They're so low. It's like I said, like a Castlevania remake would get me like, all right, they beat EA. It would take literally almost nothing. One game, one good game from Microsoft would make me say, okay, yeah, this was great compared to what we just watched. So
You know, real quick, going back to Microsoft, I think Microsoft is like one of the most interesting out of everything that's coming up, just because it feels like Microsoft it has to do well here. Whereas the other companies kind of already have some of their big stuff that they're like, hey, we got Smash, you know, we got Death Stranding or whatever that they're showing. And Microsoft, like I said, hasn't really put out what they're talking about. So that's gonna be interesting. Do you guys think that they drop anything tomorrow? Like it's out now?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like I don't does Microsoft do that much with their conferences?
I
don't remember. I don't recall them doing that.
I don't know if they've done
that. Yeah, not really software wise. I mean, they used to release, you know, like hardware, be like the day of the E3 conference because all the media like people walk out.
The only reason I was thinking that is because they have this is the first year that their Game Pass has included all of their first party titles too. And they're desperately pushing that Game Pass along. And how easy is it to get everybody like you go get it now? You just sign up for Game Pass and you'll get it or you'll buy it.
There might be like a smaller end game, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, kind of like how we saw Unravel 2 drop today.
Yeah, something like that. Which Microsoft does do those. So yeah, I think something like that.
Okay. So are we looking forward to anything from Sony? See, the thing about Sony is they feel very like fine right now. Like I don't know. I think Sony out of the three, I think looking at Sony, they feel like they don't have to do a lot. You know, they're rolling with almost 80 million or whatever PS4s out there or whatever it is, and I feel like Sony's gonna feel very laid back and kind of status quo. I think a lot of the development cycles for this generation, like I don't think they're starting any brand new ones right now. Like a God of War one, they're not starting that now. Not for this system anyway. Maybe for next system they're starting now, but I don't think any big AAA games are going to be from them for this system that are starting now.
Yeah, I think generally Sony's played their hand for the PlayStation 4 generation. Like we'll still see some projects that they had started a year or two ago that they'll have to show at this E3 or next E3. But I mean, they've even said themselves they're kind of gearing up for PS5.
Oh, no way. They just dropped the Smash JT just sent that to me. SNK just published their Neo Geo Mini online presentation. They just published it on YouTube.
Oh, fun. Oh, right on.
I'll have to go check that out.
I do think with Sony, like Nate was saying, I think that's kind of right. Like they're not really going to start up anything big, but I feel that like they can cruise to the 100 million mark. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
because they have the Days Gone, they have the Spider-Man, they have everything just to cruise to that 20 million or get that 20 million more and get to 100 million, and then just kind of move on. There's no point in them really investing a lot into more stuff, and like of course they're gonna have all the Japanese support, like everything.
They get the third-party stuff by default at this point.
Yeah, everything's by, and they get tons of exclusives too. A lot of people don't like. There's a lot of just like smaller end Japanese games that are exclusive here and there that they get. So yeah, they can just cruise with that and just kind of really start like the Sony, the worldwide president said. He said like they're into the next the final phase of the PS4. You know,
it is slowing down a bit in Japan, which you can see in the media create charts. But
the developers are going to continue just making.
Oh yeah,
like they're going to continue making more. I mean, Dead or Alive 6 just got announced. That's next year. You know, so they're going to continue making more. I mean, they're going to stretch it out more. The Japanese developers aren't going to be. I don't think they're going to be as fast to jump on with the PS5, just like they weren't as fast to jump on with the PS4.
Well, that PS5 better be backwards compatible. So
let's hope.
It better be. You know what I mean? It better be. If it's not, I'm gonna. No, man. Gosh, it better be backwards. If that thing's not backwards compatible, we're having some problems.
It won't be. I don't think it's gonna be.
Oh man, that's gonna.
I think it will be for the PSVR, but probably not for PS4.
Well, word is the word is that they're gonna think about building, I guess, VR stuff into the system. So
yeah,
that would be interesting to see.
You won't need the processing unit.
Yeah, like you wouldn't need like the little booster box that we have. Yeah, because it's just a mess of cables right now. I think that's very intimidating to a lot of people who just want to buy it and try it. Yeah. So.
That'll be next step, and then PSVR 3 will be just all encumbered like HoloLens style.
Well, yeah, like
that
the Oculus Go is actually it's fascinating for that because it's just all in one.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
Pretty cool.
Like 3 points.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's 3. What is it? DOF 3.3 is a free. Yeah,
there's no depth. You can't lean in.
You can't move or anything. Yeah, like you can't walk around the room. But it works well for what it is for $200.
I think it's great.
So do you guys think there's gonna be any big surprise other than? I mean, we heard about Resident Evil already. Do you think there's any big surprise that Sony that's gonna make you like, whoa, okay? I guess
Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah. I was waiting for something. Is it Bloodborne 2 or is that what they're calling it? Or is that the project they're calling it?
I really don't think it's related to Bloodborne or
Okay.
Dark Souls or Demon Souls at all.
It's
I think
just its
gonna
own
be
thing
something
now.
new.
Bloodborne.
Okay.
I think it's just a From Software project, and people are going to be like, "Oh, well, this isn't Bloodborne 2. That's a shame."
I keep hearing rumors that it's going to just be it's going to be multi-plat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So.
I mean, why not, right? Yeah. But you think they're going to get the marketing Sony will?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That makes sense.
I mean, if it shows up at Microsoft's conference tomorrow, I would consider that a huge get.
Yeah, because everybody pretty much looks at a lot of From Software stuff, whether it's Bloodborne or even Dark Souls, and they go, "Oh, that's Sony stuff, right?"
and because it was at PSX, the initial.
Yeah, good point.
So, I mean, if Microsoft like scooped that up, that would be a pretty big steal.
Why not, right? Throw a little money at that. Yeah. Oh, there you go, Jay Silent Blade. Are your computer glasses prescription? I've been looking for some and they look lit. Hashtag not sponsored.
No, these are not prescription. I have 20/20. It's just my when I started the stream, I didn't have them on, and my eye started I got like 6 eye twitches from when we started. So I was like, I got to put these on. So, but yeah, no prescription, no prescription. But you might be able to get them that way. But I just got these off Amazon.
They help with the light from the monitors and TVs and everything.
Yeah, they help with that. I do have one thing for Sony in terms of like a prediction. I think that maybe there's some type of Jack game, maybe whether it's like a remaster or a compilation or something like that they put on the PS4. I think
that would be cool. Something. No Sly Cooper.
Well, I guess they did Sly Cooper last time, right? On the PS3, they did a new Sly Cooper game. Didn't necessarily work out as well as they would have wanted it to. I
could see like a you're thinking like Jack and Dexter.
Yeah, like a Jack and Dexter,
cool.
let's say like Jack, like all of them can because they did like a collection, right, for the PS3. Maybe they like do a PS4 one or something like that, or maybe they re-release it on PS4 or something like that.
Do you guys think we see the medieval game that we heard about at PSX PlayStation? Do you think that shows up here?
Yeah, that could be one that shows up too. Yeah,
I wanted to see it, but they haven't showed anything about it. I don't think they showed I thought they showed like a very, very minor trailer. But these are all supposed to be. They keep talking about deep dives for a lot of their stuff, so I'm hoping like deep dives are like 10, 15-minute gameplay sessions and things like Death Stranding and stuff like that.
Right.
And then so I have to ask this. This is crazy. I don't think it's possible, but I see people talking about it online all over the place right now because they're spotting stuff, and I know it's for PlayStation now, but I'll just ask. People keep saying PS3 backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I heard that rumor.
I don't see how that's possible, to be honest.
No,
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible.
The cell, actually, like you can take like a PS3 disc and put it in your PS4 and it'll work.
That's what the word is apparently.
They got Sony's hiring magicians now. Okay, I got cool magic. Okay, I like it. Right. Yeah, let's do it.
I don't think that's possible. Right. That's my thing. Yeah, I don't. I mean, the word is that, but I think what people are mixing this up with is the PlayStation Now stuff that showed up on the store and it said PS3 games.
Yeah, I mean, that would make more sense than PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility. I mean, it would be great if that option was there, but hasn't Sony and a lot of third parties basically remastered most of the best things of the previous generation? Like, I'm not going to put an Uncharted 2 on my PS4 if I can just buy the Nate Drake collection.
Yes.
Why wait so long? If they were going to do it, they should have done this 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, not at the end of the PlayStation 4 generation.
Yeah, it would be so. I mean, like it would be so pointless. Like, Uncharted 2 would be one of the games that people say, "Yeah, I want to play that." Like 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like before, but not at this point. You can get that Uncharted collection for like $10, and you get all of them in 1080p 60 frames per second.
They would have a better chance with the next PlayStation if they really wanted to explore that. Because they should have, we assume, a Ryzen chipset and everything in there. But with what they have now, which is like seriously like a horrible laptop processor, it's not. I just don't see it happening personally. I don't see how they would do it. Microsoft is just very lucky that their 360 was easier to deal with, and they take advantage of it, and they should. So that's good because you can play everything on there.
My one crazy prediction for Sony is we're going to see a PlayStation 1 Classic Edition.
Oh, I would buy that. They talked about how they were considering it internally.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They've kind of teased it, but not really, but maybe kind of.
I would buy that.
Which means nothing. Yeah, so we'll see.
Which means nothing.
Just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there in case it comes true. You heard it from me.
You never know, right? Yeah, there you go, right? You never know.
That's like how you kind of like shot your own self down. You're like, which means nothing.
Yeah. It's not going to happen, but if it does,
I said it.
2% chance. That's
hey,
right.
Man,
me.
Skate 4, keep the dream alive, man.
Oh, My favorite thing at the E3 the EA presentation would have been at the very end. Oh, and by the way, you've been asking for it. We have it for you. Skate 4 mobile exclusive.
Yes, on mobile. Yes.
I would have lost it.
Twitter would have literally caught on fire.
One more thing to make them go down.
That is awesome. Oh man, that would have been bad. So I feel like Sony's gonna have a good conference, and I think that's gonna just be because they have some games to still show, and they're gonna get good third party support. So it's gonna be pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's why I think a lot of people are kind of overlooking their conference because we already know they already told us what they're really doing. So
yeah, but it's the other stuff. I mean, we want to see Spider-Man. We already know. We already want to see Death Stranding, and then all the other stuff is going to be icing on the cake. So
yeah, should be fun. It's going to be fun to see this stuff. I also want to know if Ghost of Tsushima is coming out this year or 2019 holiday, or Last of Us 2. I assume is 2019 holiday, or that's the kind of stuff I'd like to see. Right. But so let's move on to, I guess, the last of the big three, and that's Nintendo. And this is one that I think is going to be very, very fun for a lot of people. We know Smash is there. That's going to be the big thing they're going to show at E3. They have how many booths do they have set up for that? You got to punch a ticket and sign up for it ahead of time. That's going to be insane. And we know, well, at least we seem to know that Sakurai has hinted towards being participating in the direct in some way. Or OJ, are we thinking that's going to be to show a character?
I'm thinking that Sakurai is going to be there for the tournament, of course.
Oh, that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I think he's going to be there for the tournament. He has to be there, and of course, like for the in the direct, maybe he does reveal something. I'm not 100% sure if he'll actually be in the direct, but I do think that he's definitely going to be there at E3 and at the tournament because that's going to be big time. Like. Gonna be huge. Okay. So
I think it'd be pretty cool if he was in the direct and he actually did like introduce 1 or 2 new characters, that
would be awesome. I love that.
Especially if it was a character that would cause some backlash. There was a lot of names getting thrown around for these characters, man. And some people really don't want some of these characters to show up. So I mean,
are you talking about Ridley? Are you talking about Ridley? Who are you talking about?
I mean, dude, if you mention Goku, people lose their mind. People lose their mind over that. It's crazy. And there's a lot of posts on 4chan. They're everywhere. I don't even really pay attention to them anymore because if you just guess enough names, you're gonna get one of them right.
Absolutely.
So it's like. I'd be curious. Like, what kind of pushback do you think something like a Banjo-Kazooie would get?
I think that'd be welcome.
You think people would be excited about that? Okay, because Rare's throwing that out there and everything. Yeah. And I hear Banjo's one of the biggest ones I hear, by the way, because we're all old and we remember him. So the good times from Banjo on the 64, I'll say that. I don't know. I'm curious to see who they would announce for the Smash version on the Switch. Because Mega Man made people go off last
it was insane.
Game. People went nuts for that. Oh, yeah. So we'll see. Oh, Dougie, last chance to predict, guys. Will Smash Switch be a port of Smash 4 or is it Smash 5 with Smash?
Why is this discussion still going on? It's a new game. It's not a port.
It's a new game. It's not a port.
It's a 4.5.
They are not bringing in the world's best Super Smash Brothers players in Melee and in Smash 4 for a freaking Smash 4.
I mean, I think I said this on Twitter like 800 times. Yes, is this game probably built on the assets of Super Smash Brothers for Wii U? Yes. That doesn't make it a port. Assassin's Creed's been built on the same assets for like 5 games. It's not a port. It's a new game. You'll see it in 3 days. It's a new game.
Bill Trinen came out and even just essentially said it. He said, we're going to show off the new game modes, items, stages. They're adding a bunch of stuff. This is not just a vanilla port like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Donkey Kong. This is a new game. It's going to have new characters. It's going to have new stages. It's going to have new things to do. It's going to have a new netcode probably for its online. It's a new game, guys. Can we just drop this?
He also said there's going to be some stuff saved for later. Do you guys think there's mostly character reveals for later in the year?
No, it's a port. They're going to just reveal the same characters that they already revealed because it's a port. So they have nothing for they're going to reveal the same characters over when they reveal stuff later. It's going to be the same ones. It's a port. Sorry, I'm a Smash fan, and it's so
They'll
obvious.
unveil a couple of them, yeah.
They're gonna. I mean, yeah, OJ. They have to wait like 3 months to be like, "Hey guys, just so you know, Bowser's in this version."
And you can play as all the
big
Koopalings.
unveil.
Did you know? You can play as all the Koopalings. They all do the same moves, but you can play as all of them.
And look, Little Mac is back. You didn't think this was gonna happen, did you?
So what character do you guys think that might show up? Are there any guesses or anything for it?
Ridley.
Ridley.
You know, people have been talking about Ridley since, like, you guys remember that Melee trailer where Samus was this is way back at E3 where Samus was fighting. Yeah, people were like, Ridley's in the game, and they're like,
Ridley, man, let's do it. I'm looking forward to Ridley. Hopefully, Ridley's in there.
People really want Ridley, huh?
I hope the character's just like his foot because he's so big.
The Monty Python foot just stomps Talia.
It's just a foot and a little piece of a tail that comes around and smacks you.
I see Simon Belmont a lot thrown around.
Yeah.
Chat's saying that right now.
I think he'd have a whip. And he'd really hit you with that whip.
Oh gosh! So I'm saying Master Chief.
Master Chief.
So I'm Master Chief.
The obvious ones are like Spring Boy and Ribbon Girl from ARMS.
Yeah.
You know, Captain Toad, maybe. I don't know.
Did you hold up? Did Spring Man have a kid? You said Spring Boy? Okay.
Oh, whatever. Spring Boy, Spring Man. Is he a boy or is he a man? I don't know. I haven't played it in a couple months.
People are saying things like Phoenix Wright, Crash Bandicoot, stuff like that.
One of the guesses was to hype up the upcoming Fire Emblem game, was to do the protagonist for that game and show him, I guess, at the end, and then talk about how you're going to see that later.
Ooh, I like the idea of Chrono.
That's a good segue.
That's my number one pick would be Chrono. If I could pick a Japanese third-party icon, it would be Chrono.
Chrono would be fun. I would like that. I would like that.
As a way for Nintendo. As a way for Nintendo to say, we love our indies, I would love to see Shovel Knight and Shantae.
Okay. Shovel Knight, I think, earned the right.
I don't know if
Snake came back.
What's that?
Who?
What if Snake made a return?
Snake?
I keep hearing that too. That would be interesting because that means Konami
with these predictions. Sorry, man.
Hey, I'm just speculating here.
What if you know what? Why not? Why only Snake? Why not like all of the Brawl and the character? How about like Ice Climbers and Wolf?
Ice Climbers.
Bring them all back. How about that?
Awesome. They should really bring every Smash Brothers character from every game back into this like
except
one
for
super game.
Except for Pichu.
They should get Big Boss.
Yeah,
Snake.
Pichu can.
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Big Boss.
They should get Big Boss instead of Snake.
Big Boss. That's
cool.
right. Or get a Metal Gear while you're at it. You know.
Just a full Metal Gear.
That way you can do the Metal Gear versus Ridley fight. It'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be better.
That'd be brilliant. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We have Sonic. I'd love to see John Cena buff Knuckles.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time, I think, to see what Smash, how it plays and everything.
Can I say one thing? Like, it's interesting how one character can just like influence somebody's interests. Like, I was watching one of the users that I was watching Low Tier God, and he's like, "I'm gonna play Smash." This dude never plays Switch or anything like that. He's like, "I'm gonna play Smash because I heard Snake's gonna be in it." And that's the only reason why he's going to buy a Switch and play and get.
Yeah,
Smash,
I mean, it pulls. I'm sure Mega Man pulled some people in even.
I promise you it did.
You saw this reaction stuff on YouTube. It was insane. Yeah, I could see that absolutely because I want to play as one of their favorite characters. It's Smash is obviously hard to master, but it's one of those games you can go over to someone's house and be like, yeah, let's play some Smash.
Yeah,
you can play it as a casual or you can play it hardcore. You can play it both ways.
Yeah. Brain Glick says Code Vein needs more hype. OJ, you got any?
I've been hyping Code Vein. I mean, it looks cool, but I mean, the thing is, I'm a little bit apprehensive because everything we've seen has just been really slow paced. Not a lot of enemies on screen. Yes. It really doesn't look like amazing. Like the style looks cool, but the gameplay that we've seen doesn't match up to how cool like the lore and everything else looks. So I think that's the problem with hyping Code Vein up more, because it doesn't match up like how cool it looks.
That's a game you guys will probably want to check reviews first, just to make sure. And hopefully they send them out and everything, get them out there. Fortnite, we assume, is going to be there because it's like one of the worst kept secrets next to Paladins, which they decided just to announce because it's out
Paladins
there. Which is actually out Tuesday, right? The 12th. So same day. All right, cool. Yeah. So that'll be out. You can buy it for $30. It's their standard thing they do where you can buy early access or wait till the end of like later on the summer to get it free. They've done that on PC and everything anyway. So it's the same thing with them. Dragon Ball FighterZ, you think it's just gonna be a sizzle reel to start off with some of those big games? Kind of like what they did with, I think, Rocket League. They did that before, right? Where they said like, they just showed like Rocket League and some other games all up front. Do you think it'll just be a sizzle reel in the beginning, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and then some other games?
I think they'll start with the Smash reveal, like the actual trailer for it. That'll show off a couple of characters. But there's actually, or would it be better to have the sizzle reel?
I know.
I open
last
with
year
sizzle.
Oh, go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, I would open with the sizzle only because Smash is your big thing. And let's just say, hypothetically, Ridley is in Smash Brothers. What's a better segue to a Metroid Prime 4 trailer than ending with Ridley and then Metroid Prime 4, and then continue the show, or end the show that way?
Yeah, maybe you're right. I was going to say, I think they will end with Metroid Prime 4, like at least some gameplay or something, like a trailer or something.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to make its way into the conference at all, or I guess the show, the direct.
Where does Fire Emblem fit then? Like, where do you guys think that where they would put that in? Because I know like last year they put like, it was kind of like a sizzle reel-ish, but they had like actors, like they revealed like, what was it, Rocket League, and they just showed off a bunch of different games and stuff. So maybe they do something like that again. But I don't know. This is called E3. This is called Nintendo Direct E3. Right. So maybe they do it more like the formal Direct, like with Koizumi and everything. So maybe
let me go through these real quick. Skellyfish says Solaire for Smash.
Solaire, right?
Yeah. I don't know how well that would work out. Maybe it has like a trophy or something. I don't know.
Solaire, what's
just fun? I don't know. Continue off the old Smash trailer. Zoom in on the dark characters and reveal the game of that name of that character from Memold. Oh, okay, because they had all those characters lined up. I see what you're saying. They kind of did that with like Mega Man, where he was a shadowy character, and they zoomed in and it had his helmet go over just to get that nice pop from the people. So you're thinking, OJ, they're gonna? I think Fire Emblem can just be somewhere in the middle, and I think they need to go in heavy depth in the Treehouse for that game. That's a game they can show, and then spend like 30 minutes in the Treehouse on that thing.
Beat the first two major storylines of it. It'll be great.
Just get you to where you can do New Game Plus, and then you're up to you next when you buy it.
I'm excited. This is going to be the first HD Fire Emblem ever.
It's going to be cool.
HD Fire Emblem ever. So
it's going to be.
Don't bring up Tokyo Mirage sessions in the chat, guys. Please do not.
Brian Elzelcom says, "What third-party games will be shown for Nintendo? Do you think Fallout or GTA game will be revealed at E3? We were going to get into some third-party stuff in a minute, Brian. We'll talk about that. And then Dougie again. Okay, real Smash question. Why do you think there hasn't been a huge pre-release campaign for Smash 5 like there was for Smash, Brawl, and even Melee?
Well, the game hasn't actually been revealed formally yet, so it's tough to...
Hasn't been revealed yet, so...
Can't do a big hype campaign around just like inklings are...
I will tell you, as soon as they announce it and show it off and everything, the hype train starts heading to its
I don't know. I think a huge tournament with the best Smash 4 Melee players in the world, I think that's pretty hype. I don't know. That's just me. I think it's a pretty good way to hype up the game.
Explode all at once.
I think they could just show Fire Emblem somewhere in there and then just have a bunch of it happen in the treehouse. That's the nice thing about this is they have the treehouse, and treehouse is long. Like they spend a lot of time in the treehouse on games.
E3, right?
And it's good because you get nice deep dives on everything. And they even announced Metroid last year in the treehouse. So you also get announcements there too, which is cool.
Right.
And that's fun because then they only need to spend a minute or two during their actual direct, and then because they don't have to show gameplay in the direct, which is nice. So I think they could get away with like a 2 to 3 minute trailer for it, and then deep dive in the treehouse because that's coming out this year. And I'm trying to figure out where it's going to come out. Maybe it's an October, November release. It's September is getting real packed right now.
Yeah.
I think it could live in November. I think November would be fine for it.
No, Pokemon's coming out in November.
Yeah, that's true. It would have to be October with Call of
I'll
Duty and
say
everything
early
else.
October. Either late September, early October.
I mean, it could be in December. It could be like a Xenoblade spot.
That's what I was thinking, a December release like Xenoblade.
Here we go. Silent Blade 41. Because of the fact they have Breath of the Wild, Link, and Smash, do you think we'll get a Mario from Odyssey?
Yes.
I think Cappy will for sure make an appearance somehow.
Cappy will be in there, even if it's like an alternate costume, I guess.
Yeah. I know it'll be a level. Like New Donk City will be a level.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be like a new. I think they're going to make Link a new move. I think they're going to have Link have a new move set that reflects Breath of the Wild. I'm not sure if Mario's going to get a completely new move set that reflects Odyssey outside of like a few things, here and there.
Yeah, different outfit though, right? With just the hat with the eyes.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe they replace Flood with Cappy. I don't know.
Cappy will be an item or something. Oh, that's true. Yeah,
that'd be interesting. That'd be fun. Yeah. So we know Fire Emblem. What else are we expecting here? That's. Do you think we'll see Shin Megami? Shin Megami Tensei will be there.
No, I think that'll be a Tokyo Game Show type of thing.
Yeah, okay. I'm thinking Tokyo Game Show on that one.
Okay, Tokyo Game Show there. I mean, it makes sense because I don't know if Tokyo Game Show makes more sense for that entire thing. Pokemon, I assume we'll see more Pokemon there, probably in the treehouse. I think even I don't even know how much Pokemon they have to show during the actual direct because we already know a lot about it. I assume they'll have like a nice little spot for it, and then treehouse they'll just go into it with everything, maybe some amiibos and stuff for all that stuff too. What else? Was there anything else you guys are expecting from Nintendo, like Star Fox? You think that'll be there?
I don't know if that'll be there. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I'm a little hesitant to say it will be.
They're already covering Pokemon and Smash, so it's hard to put in like Star Fox also. It'd be like saying, hey, we have Smash coming out, we have and then here's the new Zelda. I don't think they would do that. I could see Metroid at the very end, quick teaser or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean that's another E3 that Retro like misses with this game.
Yeah. But that's true too. You're talking about just like they did Metroid the day after the direct last year. I mean, maybe they will have everyone's talking about the Star Fox racing game or whatever it is, Star Fox Grand Prix. Maybe that will be a day 2 after the direct or something.
Oh, Silent. There you go, OJ. Silent Blade says you always know what they mean when they ask their questions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Silent Blade.
Oh, yeah.
I see pretty, yeah.
yeah, because they asked the kind of the similar question, so I can just kind of know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I would love Retro to actually be at this E3 with their game, just because I think now we just have a lot of questions about this Star Fox game. Like a lot, I think people are picturing it in the wrong way, to be honest, online. A lot of people seriously think it's like just like a straight up drag racing game or something, or like a racing in a circle, like we're spinning in a circle. And I'm picturing it a little differently because I played Diddy Kong a lot back in the day, racing, and it's not. I didn't even really think of it as much as like I had Mario Kart, and I'm like, this is a racing game. And I played Diddy Kong, and I'd be like, it's kind of an adventure game, really. With racing,
I did that too.
Yeah.
Mario Kart. To me, Mario Kart and Diddy Kart were two different.
Yeah, like I think people are just seeing it differently. And it'd be cool to see it because people are saying it, like, say it looks good and everything. This is stuff I'd like to see. And we've missed Retro for a while now, right? It was DK on the Wii U, right? When they revealed that.
They've been MIA, man. They need to show something. Tired of Retro hiding behind Prime Rib on Twitter. Show something. Stop being lames and show something. Like this company, man.
Riku Kitu says, I think they'll have a character from all major IP from last year. We saw Breath of the Wild, Link, Inkling Girl, so we'll see Springman and Rex. I mean, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, like inside the company, if someone up top is saying that. But I guess
here's the thing that I always say about people. Sometimes people don't understand what Smash. Smash, the roster is decided upon at the very beginning of planning stage. So, I mean, if that wasn't in there if they weren't thinking that right then and there, then it's not going to be in there unless it might be DLC or something like that.
Yeah,
if you notice, like the Inklings, those are based on Splatoon 1 Inklings. You know what I'm saying? Not really Splatoon 2. So they're based on the Splatoon 1 because that's what they were thinking of. Like when they were making that game, like, okay, it was Splatoon 1, So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe those characters get in, but I mean, it's not like a sure bet,
Okay.
Sure.
Any big third-party support we're seeing here? Anything really big? Oh, also, I guess most of us think Star Fox is coming out next year.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Okay. It doesn't necessarily need to. It doesn't necessarily need to fall to holiday. It could be like a spring release form or something.
That's what I think.
Because they can obviously drop a direct in December. Because they said they'll probably talk. Everything they're talking about here apparently is 2018 games. Is what they were saying. So they could, and they didn't mention anything about 3DS. By the way, I guess the 3DS has been relegated to like Treehouse status now. And which is fine. I think that's the best way to do it. But this means that they could just drop a direct in December, get people ready for 2019, and then maybe that's where Starfox is in that direct. I think a lot of people have heard about it now, so they want to see it. But I do think Starfox is 2019. So that's just that's when we'll see it, is later on this year. I guess if it is in fact real, although everybody says it is. So there you go.
There you go.
Third-party support. Spyro, is that there? Is that part of the sizzle reel?
I think Spyro's gonna. I'm not sure if it's part of it, but I think Spyro's gonna come to the Switch at some point. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I do think so. I think there's money to be made with something like an amiibo, even.
Oh yeah, you bet.
So I keep hearing about this rumor about there being some kind of exclusive or new feature being shown for Crash Bandicoot, or some new DLC or something showing up. I don't know if that's part of just what Activision is going to do at E3, or if it's part of the Switch version or something. I don't know. I keep seeing that online though pop up.
I think there's like a DLC stage or something for Crash for like all platforms.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think it's something like that. But like for the Switch, I think we're going to see more third-party support than people are probably anticipating.
Oh.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be big third-party support, but just in general.
In general, I've wondered this if companies behind the scenes are like excited to be able to put their console game on a portable system, because it was, I guess, thought of as being impossible for a while there. To see that it's possible might excite some of them to bring it over. Like, I'd love to see Grand Theft Auto on this thing, because I think it would be a really cool. I used to play Grand Theft Auto on the PSP all the time. Because it was actually a really good looking version of it for what we had at the time. It looked like the PS2 version. So Mega Nerd X says, WiiWare Rebirth series compilation by Konami.
That was a rumor. We'll see if it happens.
Interesting. They do have those compilation stuff listed, so it could be. Although they have it for like everything. They have it for PS3. Did you guys see that? They had a PS3 and a 360 listing too.
That might still come.
In Japan, they have the cloud support. For Resident Evil 7. Do you think we'll see cloud support Resident Evil 7 for America, or Biohazard 7? I guess it would be. But do you think we're going to see it?
I don't think so.
Will they talk about it during the Switch for cloud support for?
Do you think they'll just drop the real version on there? That'd be cool.
I think.
I hope so.
In America, that type of doesn't work. In my opinion, that type of business model doesn't work. Like, it doesn't, like, you'd have to attach, it'd have to be part of like a Game Pass or part of like Nintendo's service. Like, you can't just drop that and say, oh, we'll pay this. Maybe your data gets saved over. Maybe it doesn't. Here's, I get to rent the game. No. It's such a weird type of thing.
My question is,
it works in Japan, but I don't know if it worked here in America.
My question is, it's $20. Why wouldn't you just go buy it on the other systems? You're playing it at home.
You can't play it on this. Yeah, you can't play it on the go anyway. I just beat it for the PSVR just like a couple days ago too. So.
That's the other thing. If you get the PlayStation version, you by default get the VR version too.
There you go.
Yeah, I just don't see it as being a thing here. Like, Japan, it works a little bit. Because you have faster Wi-Fi, you got internet in general is better there. There's people here that still got the trashiest of trash Wi-Fi, like Wi-Fi and like internet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the Neo Geo Mini is playable at E3. If you're going to E3, tell them SpawnWave sent you. Be like, I heard about this thing from SpawnWave's channel.
That's right.
The list of games that I saw. These are right?
In fact, SpawnWave told me to steal this so I could mail it to him.
Oh man, yeah. So we're thinking. So Nate, we're thinking better third-party support than people are expecting is what we're the
yeah.
Okay.
Do they traditionally do a indie platform like for E3? Well, they have like, here's all the new indies.
They have the Nindies, right?
Nindies, yeah. So I don't know if we're gonna see.
I don't think they did that for last year.
I don't know if they do that for E3.
They kind of just do that whenever, don't they? There's like
whenever.
Yeah, they have like their own like Nindies directs and stuff throughout the year. Right. I know they had one back in like April or May or whatever. Showed off a few games. Maybe they'll have another one.
Do you guys think that they have any kind of new accessory, like a GameCube style accessory for the Switch? Like, what I'm saying is, do you think that GameCube adapter will be 100% compatible, or do you think they'll introduce a new controller that they'll start selling again in stores?
I think they'll do like just re-release the GameCube adapter that they already did, and then just use the GameCube controllers, like Smash GameCube controllers.
Yeah, because they had those brand new ones that they were selling, right? I don't know if those are still in stores, but they were selling those, right?
The official one?
Yeah.
Yeah, those aren't really, you can't find them like a lot in stores, but like you can get them, like some of them are online, but there's a lot of third-party ones out there that people just use like Mayflash and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think they might just reprint some of those or re-put out some of those, but
they'll make them like, because I know now you can kind of use them, kind of not. Like they, I guess they're not officially supported yet. Do you think they just announced official support for your current ones now?
They would have to.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying, right? They'd have to, right? Yeah.
They would have to. Smash. They're inviting melee. They're inviting melee players. Like,
they're gonna show up and just throw that Joy-Con on the ground.
You know, okay, like for people who don't know, you don't invite Mango, who is probably the biggest Smash Brothers player of all time, like most popular, most everything. You don't invite Mango and then not have something to do with like GameCube or like, you know, it being like Melee a little bit or something. Like it would just be a shame if they did that. I mean, I know they invited like the King of Smash, you know, like to the 2014 one, but that was different. You're inviting Plup. Nobody knows who Plup is unless you're into the Melee scene. So you want those hardcore guys like Lucky. Most people don't know who Lucky is. If you're into the Melee scene, then you know him. And if you're inviting those guys, then you want that crowd to come with it. You know what I'm saying? So they would have to, I would think.
Chad Sarant says maybe GameCube Joy-Cons with extra buttons. I would buy those. If they did like GameCube style Joy-Con controllers, I would buy those.
Yeah, if it was skinned like that, sure.
Yeah, I would do that. Purple with like the it'd have to be the purple one though. That's the one I used to have back in the day.
Right.
I had purple and silver. I don't think I had that. I think I picked up the black controller down the road, but I had purple and silver back in the day. I would buy those though. Yeah, absolutely. Third party support. What do you think the biggest third party announcement is going to be?
Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, I think okay. I mean, they have the stuff set up to play it.
Is it too late for Octopath? I mean, they've already talked about everything. They've already shown everything.
I think Square is still going to show some stuff because I do know
on their own, though.
I do know a lot of media is going to be interviewing them this week, so they probably will show some new stuff. But I don't know. I don't know what else they'll show. We already know about special editions. We know about most of the game. We've played the game even. I think at this point we just kind of cruise to its release date. They'll probably show something about it just to remind us. But that's kind of where I'm ready for that game. By the way, that game's gonna be awesome. I mean,
I think it's gonna be all Smash. It's gonna be Pokemon. It's gonna be Fortnite for Switch. And then after they say it, they're gonna say, and it's available to download right after.
Yeah, Paladins is already there. Like I feel like Fortnite, I feel like Fortnite wants to be there too right away.
I think Fortnite will be available Tuesday right after the presentation.
Oh, okay. I mean, that'd be good to see. I mean, it would go crazy. I think people are underestimating the effect Fortnite would have on the Switch.
It's huge.
Yeah, it'd be pretty. And Paladin's got 60 frames out of an Unreal Engine 3 game.
Oh God, for a Switch?
Yeah,
I haven't checked it out yet. So.
Yeah. Getting So Dragon Ball FighterZ, you think OJ is the biggest one? You don't think Rockstar is going to show up with any more support right now?
Everyone knows I don't trust the Western third parties to games. So I mean, that's great if they bring something, but you know, I just don't think that we're gonna see anything that's gonna be like mind blowing from a Western third party right at this point. I mean, there might be something. I'm probably wrong. There might be a game or two. Don't get me wrong. There might be something. But for me, I'm just gonna go with the safe bet. And like everyone's been crying. I mean, right? I mean, you've heard this on Twitter, and everyone's been crying for Dragon Ball FighterZ forever. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been crying for this game, so you guys better all go out and buy it. So,
well, people went out and bought Xenoverse.
Yeah, so I mean, more people better go out and buy this one though, because people have been. I mean, we don't want. I mean, did you see the verse? People were leaving really silly comments when Xenoverse was at E3, like, oh well, why are they announcing this game? Was announced at Nintendo like a while ago, even before the people were getting mad at Xenoverse and they didn't get Dragon Ball FighterZ instead. So, you know, like, hey.
Brain Glick wants Pikmin 4. That seems to be like the one of the biggest things they're asking for. That and Animal Crossing are the two things people keep asking for. Right. So I don't.
I'd love to see it.
I'd like to see Animal Crossing because I know the effect Animal Crossing can have on system sales and just sales in general. The 3DS sold what, like 12 million units, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
The one on the Wii was didn't sell as well. But I think this is the portable part of Animal Crossing is very interesting to people, and the Switch has that. So that would probably do it. Yeah, that's the thing about FighterZ. Fighters would have to be 60 frames per second. It's a
Yeah.
fighting game.
Yeah, it's gonna be 60.
It would have to be. Yeah, there's no way.
2D fighting definitely needs to be 60.
Yeah, Paladins is 60 frames per second. Like I would hope that's the thing. If they say Fighters is 30, I don't.
It's not. Yeah, it's not
can't
gonna
be.
be.
It can't be. Don't release it then. To be honest,
they got Xenoverse with that big 3D open world running at 60 on the Switch on one-on-one battles.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
this is gonna be a cinch, and so
Yoshi. We have to see Yoshi still. The only time people forget about it because Yoshi followed Metroid Prime 4's reveal, which is a shame because people forgot about Yoshi.
That's right.
But it's
a good AA title though.
It's an Unreal Engine 4 game. We don't even know the title for it. It's still just working title, right? People are throwing out weird names for it, but we don't actually know the title for it. That's a 2018 game, right? That's coming out this year. That's another one where I try to figure out where they're going to put it. Maybe that's when they try to get out even before like Mayhem breaks out in September. Maybe they get that out in August.
That's what I think it'd be an August game because right now we just got like a bunch of ports lined up for August, like Monster Hunter. I think there's what was it? The Code of Princess, that remake that's coming out. So we don't got like a ton. So I would think like August would be something.
I'm almost actually anticipating Yoshi to be delayed till 2019.
Ooh,
really?
That would be.
I mean, they showed it like hours of footage at last year's E3, and it seemed like it was like really far along, and then all of a sudden it was just, oh yeah, we have like a Yoshi game. And
it did kind of disappear, didn't it?
Yeah, so I'm wondering because it's Unreal 4 if they might be having some development problems and they just haven't been able to fix them yet, and they'll just delay it because they don't need it in 2018, really.
Right?
They did
really
the same
don't.
thing with Yoshi's.
The whole game,
like
the whole game can be completed, and they can release it whenever they want. I mean, there's so many other great titles that are coming out with that they can just save that for the. It's like making YouTube videos. You just like, I made this video, I can schedule it whenever. I just in the can. So Yoshi could come out, March, or next year. Like
I mean, you have Smash Brothers, you have Pokemon. Do you really need Yoshi in this lineup to sell systems or anything? It's just kind of like it's a filler game.
It is. It's Kirby. It's a AA title. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll buy it.
You don't need it in like your holiday lineup. It's just kind of there.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that might just, I don't know. Yeah, I guess they could delay it, but I would like to see that just come out because it looks like a fun game, but I don't think it's going to be a game that people like necessarily look forward to. Really, I feel like this game people are going to see and be like, cool, I'll pick up Yoshi.
Yeah.
I would pick it up because I like the 2D Yoshi games, not as much the one on the 64 Yoshi story, but the ones I liked. The one on the 3DS that was fairly recent was okay. I think it was just okay.
I didn't like that game at all.
Yeah, it was just okay. This one's an Unreal Engine 4. It looks like it has an interesting dynamic with the background coming down and everything. So I'd be okay with that. That's a good one. Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. It makes sense. It's something I want. So we're probably not getting it.
I don't see. I don't see us not getting that.
Yeah,
just,
I know.
It's like such an obvious release that if I'm Nintendo and I don't do it, then I've lost my mind.
Nate, what are you talking about? You want people just to go straight into 4 without playing the first 3? What's wrong?
Yes, damn it. You can have no backstory. You just play the game.
No backstory for you. Go buy a Wii U or a Wii if you want to play that.
I would love to see that release on the Switch because the Switch would be able to obviously support the motion controls that people like from the Wii version, and it would that'd probably be the best looking version of the trilogy we see ever. I mean, Dolphin, of course, you can play it there, but on an official Nintendo system, and you can take it with you. It's portable, all that good stuff. So I would love
someone like me. Someone like me, I don't like motion controls. Like I loved Metroid Prime 1 and 2, and I never got into 3 because I could never do, with my arthritis, I could never do like the opening doors and all that. So I'd love to see that happen.
I assume that'd be optional, obviously, because when you're playing portably, it's not. Like I played Doom with the motion controls in like handheld, but yeah, don't even do that. It was so weird. It was just
it's pretty rough.
Yeah. You were gonna like run into stuff with it, so I wasn't. But if you turn that off, obviously you're gonna be in good shape. I would love to see that though. I think it would look awesome. Big Metroid Prime fan. I'd be all for that game if you still boot it up on your GameCube. It looks like a 360 game. It's crazy.
That's great. Yeah, especially with the HD adapter.
Yeah. Oh man,
it's good.
Yeah, I would go out and buy that physically. That better be a physical release, by the way, on a cartridge.
That game blew my mind, like when it first came out. Like Metroid Prime back in 2002, I couldn't believe this was like right in front of the TV there. So it was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was one of the guys too. I was one of the naysayers where it's like, you can't put Metroid 3D. Metroid's 2D. You can't do 3D Metroid. And
you're one of those people. You're one of those people arguing with me on the message boards back in the day on AOL.
That was me.
Oh,
that's right.
I knew it.
I thought all those people disintegrated. I don't feel so good. Where are all those people at now?
I was on AOL back in the day.
Dude, it was crazy, man. On those message boards back in the day, there were wars going on over this. Prime into first person. Yeah. I remember it. I was like, I'm signing into AOL right now. I'm going to talk about Metroid Prime. What are they trying to do here? Hold on a minute.
It was an event back then, dude.
I had to sit and wait for the little guy to run from one side to the other, and then he was all happy with his friends over here. The AOL guy that would run across the screen.
Right.
Dude, it was crazy, man. Oh, those were the days.
I used the news desk. Yeah, BBS. I used the news groups and all that. So come on now.
Yep.
I'm old and sand.
Yep. They had that, and I'd go there, and I'd go to Game Winners to get all my codes and stuff for my old Game Boy games. And
that's right.
I probably ran across you and argued with you a bunch of times on stupid stuff all the time.
That's great. Sega Sages and all that.
Yeah, I used to go to the IGN message boards a lot too back in the day. Like,
they used to call it N64.com, man.
Yeah, N64.com. Yep.
Yeah, Chad says I ate so much crow for Metroid Prime 1. Hey, man, no one knew what it was going to be like. We were all kind of just like, it's like kind of like how we talk about Star Fox now as a racing game. It's very similar. It's you guys be shocked at the parallels right now going on between those two.
I had like a 90-pound crow with the Switch, so don't worry, man. I had the fattest crow dinner ever, so it's all good, man. You're good. It happens.
Oh man,
that video is still epic.
Still up, man. I ain't taking down nothing. I ain't taking down nothing.
Come on now.
So it's supposed to be. We're seeing 30 minutes. We think for this direct, right? Twitch put it 45 minutes, but Nico put 30 minutes.
It's usually about that.
Yeah. And what was last year's was like 35 minutes or something, right? I think right. Yeah. Something like that. They showed quite a bit.
Yeah. So it's nice. It's heavily edited, so
yes,
it works out right.
Yeah, EA's could have used that. Yes. Then it would have only taken about 5 minutes of my time now. It was it'll be fun. I'm gonna have a good time with it. It's me a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to Microsoft. This is the first year I think I'm looking forward to all three at this point. So I think it's gonna be a really fun E3, and I'm actually looking forward to some of the third-party ones. Like I'm looking forward to Ubisoft because I think Splinter Cell's there, and I'm looking forward to Square to see that Kingdom Hearts 3 release date. So it's gonna be a fun E3. I'm actually glad we got EA out of the way early, because E3 actually starts tomorrow. It didn't start already. It starts tomorrow. Christina says, what would you expect Kirby to have in Smash 5?
Like the moveset?
I'm guessing so. Yes. OJ is like the resident Smash expert here.
Definitely they can do something. I mean, they can do maybe some stuff from like Kirby Star Allies, kind of pull from that a little bit in terms of what he can do. But I don't really think they're going to change Kirby up too much. Really, Kirby, I think his properties, he just kind of needs a little bit of a range. Like his hitboxes are pretty tiny, so I think that maybe they can just kind of make his hitboxes a bit better. They can kind of pull some stuff from Kirby Star Allies, kind of put that in there as well. Maybe change up his final smash, and that'll be that. But yeah, Kirby's Kirby, so it's probably gonna be the same middle range character, C tier, middle of the pack. Got some cool combos, but gets outranged, gets outspaced by pretty much like a lot of the cast.
So we went through all the companies. Yep. You guys have any thoughts on any of the conferences that you wanted to touch on a little further, or maybe ones even the third party ones? If you had anything you wanted to say about those.
Square Enix. What's funny? I'm looking for Square Enix. Yeah, we can talk about Square Enix.
What were you saying? What were you saying, OJ, with Square Enix?
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You're good, John. You can go ahead, man.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
No, just that. I was like, before you said Square Enix, I'm looking forward to, as a physical game collector, I'm looking forward to limited run games having their own presentation.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. They're doing that. I saw that. I was worried it was gonna. I thought I looked at it and I was like, I think this is overrunning one of the other ones, which is weird to me.
I think it overlaps. Did it overlap Square? I think.
Oh, see, that's gonna be tough for me, man.
Yeah.
I want to see at least what they announced, because if they have a stage and everything that they're talking on, I assume it's going to be like, a decent announcement, something cool there. But it's cool to see them represented there. That's gonna be neat.
Yeah, I mean, Douglas especially is a friend of mine, and I've known them both ever since pretty much they first started. So I don't know if it's going to be like last year at PAX, they just ran like a reel of like, hey, here's a 10-minute video file of a bunch of games that are coming out soon, and half of them have been released, the other half haven't yet. So I don't know if they're saving something epic for this. I have no idea. I don't know if they're waiting for that Scott Pilgrim or that Afterburner climax or something. I don't know what's going to happen.
Can they bring back Scott Pilgrim? Can they do
that? I promise you, it's a pipe dream of theirs. I'm sure it has to do with licensing.
Yeah, it's definitely licensing. I mean, it's but I mean,
the
people who created it would love for it to come back.
Oh, of course they would. I mean, and that's one of the reasons they started it.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time on Twitter. Man, if they brought that to the Switch, that thing would sell like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Scott Pilgrim. I mean, Scott. It's what, a 10-year-old movie now? Like, when did that movie come out? It was a long ass time ago. So
it was a while ago. Yeah.
Maybe it'd be like a new generation for Scott Pilgrim fans, but I mean, with Sega there too. I mean, Sega's not there, but I guess Adam Korlick's there. I mean, something about like Afterburner or something. I have no idea. I mean, they have a presentation for something. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Dougie
you won't tell me anything.
Dougie says your craziest Smash character prediction. Go.
Ridley.
I'm going to say Banjo because that actually shows a pretty serious relationship brewing between Nintendo and Microsoft.
I'm going to say Minecraft guy. Just some guy from Minecraft. Just some cube-looking Minecraft-looking guy.
What do you think, Evan?
Trailer opens as like a master hand thing, but then it backs up and it's just Raymond's hand.
That'd be funny.
Awesome, actually.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nate?
I'm just gonna go with shit.
Ridley. Just say Ridley.
Ridley. Yes, Ridley. I mean,
I can get you to say Ridley.
Ridley.
I think I tweeted out a picture
at this point
of Furby like 3 months ago, but yeah, Ridley.
Chat's Rant says Kraid for Smash.
That's from Super Metroid. So Kraid's the one of the big from at the beginning, one of the
bosses. The other guy.
Yeah.
Ridley's the dragon guy, then Kraid's like the kind of the porcupine looking guy.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. I guess that's everything for tonight. But before we go, is there anything else you guys are expecting from E3 that we didn't talk about from any of the conferences?
Can I talk real quick Square Enix?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about it because we didn't really touch on Square. We were talking about the big three. Yeah, go ahead and talk about Square. Man.
Square Enix. I'm looking forward to seeing because they talked about rebooting past IPs. I mean, we got The World Ends With You. We got Octopath. Wasn't a past IP, but it's kind of old school classic. I would really like to see like a Final Fantasy VI on the Switch or like a Chrono Cross.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Evan actually just alerted me that there are a few questions on Discord before we head out, so we can answer some questions before we.
I'm done with that. I just want to see that. Can we get a Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger reboot, remake?
Octopath, look, man.
Look, I mean,
so we got Octopath coming out.
No, like take Final Fantasy VI, use that Octopath engine, and build Final Fantasy VI. I'd be alright with that.
That would be something.
Evan.
Or Brave Fencer Musashi. Come on now.
Oh, Andy, I forgot about that. I'm still waiting for Morphe's Law. I forgot about that game. Evan, what are the Discord questions we have?
Oh, we actually got a couple of them. They kind of stacked up while we were talking. Since Paladins got dropped the same day it was announced, and most likely Fortnite, are there any other games that should get that same treatment? You'd probably want it that.
Even a demo, like they did a demo for Octopath. I'd be okay with like a demo for something too. Nintendo's really been into these demos recently. Like Sushi Striker's got a demo which I bought and I saw to play it. But that got a demo. They did drop that Octopath demo out of nowhere on us last time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean even if they don't drop a game outside of Fortnite that same day, if they just say a demo is available for a certain game, that'd be cool. I know they won't give us a Smash demo because they want to make it exclusive to people around it, but like anything else, I guess. I don't know. Maybe Yoshi does come out later and they give us demo. I don't know.
No, with the Smash demo, do you know if you have to play the game there, or is it just until your battery runs out and you turn it off? Because I can imagine people downloading the Smash demo, then selling their Switch like on eBay or something.
Oh no, you have to play it at their stations and everything, and I'm sure they got people like almost armed. Guarding everything. Yeah. What do you guys think? Anything else that could drop? OJ or Nate? Any
No, I can't really envision anything aside from Fortnite and Paladins.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep,
fair enough.
Nothing for me.
I'll translate this a little bit. How mad do you think Disney is that there isn't really a Star Wars title dropping on the Switch right now? Like they haven't really talked about anything like that.
EA, I mean, EA is EA is probably telling them, listen, the money is in the big install sizes right now. But of course, we're pretty sure the Switch is going to overrun in Japan, which doesn't matter much to Disney anyway. But in Japan, it'll overrun the PS4 probably later this year. And then it's really going to come down to when it passes the Xbox is when EA will probably be like, okay, maybe we should do something with that system.
Disney does not care.
Disney doesn't care because EA pays Disney. They're just they just show up and collect their check. Really,
EA doesn't care about the Switch. Disney doesn't care right now.
The only reason Disney had to slap down EA there for a little while is because it started to mess with their brand for a while. That's why. Otherwise, you never hear about Disney when it comes to EA and Star Wars. They just collect their money. But I would have liked to see Rogue Squadron, something like that happen. That would have been cool.
It's the same reason why like the NFL doesn't say anything to EA about Madden. You know what I'm saying? That the EA paid for the exclusive license. NFL doesn't care. They're like, all right.
The most EA and NFL talk about is who's going to be on the cover. That's about it. Because that's in the photo shoot and everything. That's about it though. What else do we have, Evan?
This one just says Kirby Air Ride with a question mark.
Probably not.
Kirby Air Ride.
But I'd like it.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, we already got a Starfox racing game. What do we need Kirby for?
Yeah.
No, I was kidding. I wish Air Ride was fun on the game.
I wish they would open up the Mario Kart to include like not just Mario. I think it'd be cool if they have the Kirby Air Ride, have the Starfox, Air Wing or whatever. I'd be okay with that.
This question's a little too broad, I guess, but since it's possibly considered that there might be more Switch consoles than Xboxes in homes at the end of the year, why do Western devs continue to ignore it?
This is different from the PS4 and the Xbox One, which together is massive. And for the most part, if you develop for the PS4, you might as well develop for the Xbox One is kind of the way they see it. And those two systems combined is what, like 100 and we assume almost 120 systems, 120 million systems.
Guys, it's very simple. Switch just came out.
Yeah.
Developers have been making games on PS4 and Xbox One for years. They don't snap their fingers, then a game pops out. Then like a AAA game comes out of thin air. Like they're not just gonna drop everything they're doing to make games on Switch. That's just not gonna happen. Like I don't know why Switch fans keep on thinking.
There's a lot of scheduling and thing planning going on in the background.
I don't know why people keep on thinking it's just gonna happen. Like it's just not. So.
Yeah, I mean, people. You also have to remember the Wii U was terrible. Third parties were not committed to this new Nintendo platform because of the Wii U, and a lot of the base for Western games, be it Destiny, sports games, they haven't existed on a Nintendo platform since basically the GameCube. So, Nintendo has to prove there's a base for these genres on the Switch, and they've been doing that with FIFA, NBA 2K, Doom, Skyrim. So now the developers are seeing success, and they're saying, hey, we can bring Doom 2, Fallout, or whatever to the platform, and we'll see that moving forward.
Yeah, and the reason you don't see like Madden or anything like that, FIFA was fortunate because I assume Nintendo worked with EA to get a new engine built and everything for it, or just paid them or something. Yes. Madden, everything else runs on Frostbite, so EA would have to get Frostbite on the Switch and then do that. That's why you don't see any of those games on there right now. Maybe next year is all you can say for things like Madden. Basically, once Frostbite works on the Switch, Madden, everything else starts showing up. Sports games wise, maybe even the actual version of FIFA that's not built on the engine that they have right now, but maybe next year. Although a portable Madden would be interesting because we haven't had it since Madden 13 on the Vita, I believe, and even that was okay. To be honest, yeah. Any other questions, Evan?
Any truth to the rumored/leaked image of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the Switch?
Oh, I forgot about that. I don't know.
I don't know if there's truth to that, but I mean, I wouldn't think that it's impossible for it to happen. Yeah,
that'd be cool. Again, I don't really like fighting games, but I understand there's the last one, Infinite, was pretty bad in terms of its budget and what happened with it. But 3, I think, was the last one that I think they really liked. So yeah, sure, why not? Right. Why not? It was on the Vita, so there you go. It was on the Vita, and it'd probably be run even better on the Switch, obviously. So why not? Anything else, Evan?
And then I guess just will we see any Game Pass exclusives or premieres for Microsoft, which I guess we talked about. Really.
They should do something with Game Pass as a hey, this is now available on Game Pass. They're trying to push that so hard, but I don't think it's gonna be anything big. It'd be like a mid-tier game, like a AA or indie.
Right.
But it would work. Honestly, it would work. But I don't think it'll be like Halo available now. What they should do, though, is this. Halo Master Chief Collection now works, and it's on Game Pass right now. That would work. With their 4K patch for the X, everything like that. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, this has to absolutely be on Game Pass, though, at E3, Master Chief Collection, because it's hard enough for me to find a match even when it's working. So they need to do that. I need more people on there. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Switch FTW. Also, they need to put that on that's from Christina, by the way. They also need to put that on PC, by the way. And I hope they announce that there. Play Anywhere title Master Chief Collection, which is an awesome game, by the way, when it works. That'd be great. Yes, Game Pass with PC. Is that it, Evan?
Yep, that's all of it.
That is all of it. All right, cool, guys. We're all done here for our E3 edition. It was a lot of fun. Let me go down the line here so we can everyone can tell you where to find them. Nate, where can they find you?
You can find me at Direct Feed Games on Twitter, and you can find my YouTube channel in the link in my profile.
Cool. Yeah, check them out. You do obviously Direct Feed Games comparisons. Yeah. Games that are coming out, and you want to check out how it plays and everything before you pick it up. You can watch it there. And then John Riggs Games, where can they find you, man?
I am at John Blue Riggs on Twitter and Instagram, and if you just search for John Riggs or Rigged Games, RIGG''D Games, I show off just some new games. I also show you how you can fix your old broken games, and I make my own games, including, as I happen to have right here, Sean Long has his own game right there for the Nintendo system. I show you how you can hack your own. Show you how you can hack your own Nintendo games and how to put them on physical working cartridges, just for fun.
Oh, Christina, Mega Man X should be DLC for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Switch. That would be cool. I'd be all right with Mega Man X getting on there. Absolutely. Cool. And then OJ, where can they find you, man?
Yeah, you can find me right here on YouTube, PlayerEssence. You'll find me on here. I often come on the SpawnCast, so it's great to be here again. You can also find me on Twitter at PlayerEssence. I always post a bunch of weird stuff. Sometimes talk about video games, sometimes talk about other stuff. But yeah, I mainly just do Japanese RPG, gaming news, Nintendo news, Final Fantasy, Chrono Cross, all that stuff like that. If you like old school Final Fantasy, or if you like Code Vein, or if you like any of the new RPGs coming out, the new fighting games, Blaze Blue, stuff like that, Pokken, all that stuff. I cover all of that quite a bit. So yeah, check out the channel right here on YouTube. And I dropped a link in the chat. I can drop another one.
Yep,
so,
check them out. Check them out. Brain Glick asks if Other M's going to come over because that's the best Metroid game. Is that come over to Switch?
That one's awesome. I mean, don't you guys just love the controls in the game? Like, that's smart.
And then Evan, they can check you out on Twitter, right?
Yeah, Twitter's probably the best way to catch me. I just throw that there in chat for you guys.
Yeah, go check Evan out on Twitter. You could probably see the emotes a while ago because he posted them up there. So check him out there.
You could have watched me make them. I posted that stream.
Yes. What was there anyone that we should be rating before we sign off here?
Abaddon Smith is currently streaming.
All right, yeah, go ahead and grab him. Go ahead and grab that. Get that link, Evan, if you have it. We'll drop it in. So go raid Abaddon. Tell him we sent you. Say hi. Hit the like button on his video to help him out. There you go. Cool. And that's going to do it for episode 62. We have E3 coming up. I think a lot of people are going to be streaming, so have some fun with whoever you end up watching with, or if you end up, putting a bunch of people's pictures up. So just have fun at E3. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And don't get mad if people like one game that you don't. I see that a lot on Twitter. Let people have fun, Let people have some fun this E3. And
there we go.
Enjoy whatever systems or whoever you're looking for. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys next weekend, where I'm sure we'll talk about all the insanity and madness that takes place throughout this week. So make sure you guys come by next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. See you guys then.
All right. Thanks for having me.